It's time to tee it up and kick it off. It's time for the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. Presented by Hatch Toyota. Sports Zone Radio brings you unmatched coverage of football from around the White Mountains and beyond. No one does it like Sports Zone Radio. And now you can live stream HD video of our broadcast coverage exclusively at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app. All part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Chaz Hatch refuses to lose a deal over $1. Hard-hitting broadcast coverage of White Mountains football is up next. Now, let's take you out to the field and join our broadcast team for tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week.
Welcome in, everybody, to Show Low High School and tonight's big game broadcast on the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Welcome in to Show Low Ford Stadium, everybody. My name is Floyd Simmons, and I'm joined tonight by my broadcast partner, B-Squared Byron Brown. And no, the score is not 8-0. Show Low is not leading. This game has not kicked off yet. It hasn't begun. They've just got some extra data on the scoreboard over there, and we haven't had a chance. They haven't had a chance to update things. It'll be 0-0 when they get going here in a bit. And out on the field, you see the captains coming to midfield to get the coin toss going on what is going to be a phenomenal game tonight. And I'm out of breath because just moments ago I was down on the field meeting with the coaching staffs, finding out what's going to go on in this one tonight. And I'll tell you this, both teams have a ton of confidence. And as I bring in my broadcast partner, Byron Brown, Byron, it's awesome. A little of the old school gamesmanship tonight, okay? And by that, Byron, what I'm talking about is, do you remember the old days when Blue Ridge would roll up to Show Low High School in their bus after having done all their warm-ups, or most of their warm-ups, somewhere else off-site, and roll up just minutes before the game? Well, they did that tonight. So there's the Blue Ridge bus across the way, and the Yellow Jackets just did get here. And we're ready to go. I'm out of breath, Byron, but good to see you, man. Welcome in.
Well, thank you very much. And Blue Ridge did their little thing with the bus, came in. I think Show Low must have tricked them a little bit because they didn't just roll off right at kickoff. They actually ran some warm-up plays. But guess what the Show Low Cougars did? Well, they rented a cattle trailer, got the old semi to go around, and then rocking and rolling, stop in front of their bench, and they come storming out. Yeah. I think we got two very excited teams who are playing not only a rivalry game, but a game that's going to determine who's going to move up in the rankings and move up in the region.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Byron. And I wonder if we've got footage. Did we happen, guys, to get footage of the cattle call? It was pretty cool. I didn't know who was in it. I saw the trailer going around. You're telling me that was full of Show Low Cougars.
It was the Show Low Cougars.
That's good. So I had a chance to talk with both coaches tonight before the game. Michael Boyce, the head coach of Show Low, and Eric Halmerson, the Yellow Jackets head coach. And both of them expressing a lot of confidence in their teams, ready to go tonight. And both teams, in order to stay in the region championship picture, both teams need a win tonight, Byron.
They do, and if you look at the standings, basically everybody's beat everybody, right? Blue Ridge beat Round Valley beat Show Low, Payson beat Blue Ridge, so they all have one loss, and this is going to go a long ways in determining that tiebreaker.
Well, the Show Low Cougars are going to receive the ball first in this one tonight, and we're just about ready to go, everybody. Thanks for joining us here for this broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's brought to you by Hatch Toyota, part of the Friday Night Football Show. And out on the field, it's going to be the Yellow Jackets sending it away, and they're going to quickly try the onside kick attempt. It won't go far enough. Then it gets knocked around and eventually covered up. It'll be Show Low's football. It's just a matter of when and where. And the official here on the near side says Show Low did recover. I thought it was hit by somebody before it got 10 yards, and I thought it was Blue Ridge that touched it.
I was going to say, I thought it was an illegal touch by Blue Ridge on the kicking team, and thus they should have got the ball at least 5 yards sooner than that.
Hey, welcome into Cougars football, everybody, here at the Sports Zone. and exclusive live video coverage of the Show Low Cougars taking on the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets here in this 3A Mountain Region matchup. And let's get to it. The Show Low Cougars on offense first, and their quarterback is Cash Perkins. And Cash wants to throw on his very first opportunity, and he'll find a guy, first down yardage, and then some. So a possession that begins at the 48-yard line. You can hear the reaction of the Yellow Jacket fans as Brax Clef comes up with a football that the officials say is a turnover.
Yeah.
So the ball is lost, and it's recovered by the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, nice job right here. Nice play fake for Perkins, and he hits his tight end out there. But right there, that's Carlo Harris that strips the football, and Clough dives on it before he goes out of bounds, and that's the game's first turnover.
So it ends up that they had gained 18 yards on that pass play and then fumbled the football. And all of a sudden, it goes back the other direction. So the Yellow Jackets will go to offense just seconds into this one. We welcome you back into our broadcast coverage of the Sports Zone Game of the Week, and it's the Yellow Jackets who began at their own 32-yard line now get a nice gain after the first rush from scrimmage gained them 1 yard. This one's a little bit nicer. I thought I saw a flag fly, but I might get confused all night long, Byron, after this 5-yard gain. I might get confused because there's kids playing football or soccer or something on the other field over there, and every time the ball goes up in the air, I think it's a flag that one of the officials is throwing. There's another one out there. It's not a flag. Here comes the pitch, and here comes the Cougar defense, led by Connor Wood out there. It was that Corbin Wood with the big hits, and minus a yard on the play with that big hit, and everybody on that defense getting involved to make it 4th down and 5.
Yeah, nice job by the Cougar defense to rally after the turnover and cause the Yellow Jackets into the game's first punt.
After Blue Ridge was able to elicit the first turnover of the game just a few moments ago, it is going to belong to the Show Low Cougars once again on offense, and we'll see if they're able to do something as you watch this line drive punt that was almost blocked, but it turns into a pretty good roll for the Yellow Jackets, as it'll be down at the 28-yard line, and we'll switch again here at 9:58 on the clock in the first quarter. Byron Brown, these two teams, and really all the teams in the East, off to just having a great year. Very competitive in the 3A Mountain Region. I can't remember how many years we have to go back before you find 4 quality teams that all have a shot at the region title.
It's been a long time, that's for sure. We've usually had 3, right? Show Low, Snowflake, and Blue Ridge. But here we have 4 teams all in the mix in this mountain region.
Well, the Friday Night Football Show keeps asking for more Jet Walker, and Jet's going to get the carry right now to the 35-yard line, so that's a nifty pickup of 7 yards. 7 yards on the first run from scrimmage in this one for Jet Walker, and that'll produce a 2nd down and 3 for the Cougar offense. Walker again, and he'll bounce this one. He's got first down yardage across the 40 and the 45, spinning across the 50-yard line. And Jet Walker showing us all just what he is capable of on a 17-yard tote that produces a first down.
Well, that's what we've seen before out of Jet Walker in his senior year right here. Breaking tackles, getting to the outside, and then getting a nice block outside by the wide receiver for the Cougars.
Shotgun snap up the middle, Dax Lamson, and he is going to get hit immediately. Some pretty good work through the middle by that Yellow Jacket defense to just kind of hold that one right where it's at. And if you're wondering who that was, big fella in the middle, I've got him for you. That was Cody Nacho. Cody Nacho with the first hit there, and it limits Lamson to a 1-yard gain on the play. Xolo, throw it left side. Dane Rusma, and he will accelerate to near the line to gain, giving him 8 yards. 8 yards on this run after catch, and he'll get up dinged a little bit. And they're going to have to get him off the field just to take a quick look at him.
Starting to see a little bit more action here out of the Show Low Cougars offense than we did last week. Last week in the first half against Round Valley, only 2 first downs and 31 total yards.
Handed off to the wing, coming around. It's Jed Walker. The ball is knocked out, and a second early fumble by the Cougars. Recovered by the Yellow Jackets, and Blue Ridge is in business again. That defense forcing Xolo to cough it up. That's Jesse Queso, or Caso is the guy who ends up on top of it. I didn't see who put a shoulder into the football to knock it loose, Myron.
I'm not sure. There was a lot of white jerseys right there. There's 2 of them, but we've got we've got quesos and nachos for the Blue Ridge defense, and they're coming up big, eating tonight with 2 turnovers.
Boy, that's gonna make me hungry. And now it's the Yellow Jackets, and it's Carlo. It's Carlo Harris with the carry, and he's going to be right at 10 yards into Xolo territory with his first carry from scrimmage. Carlo's got the big gain and a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
Exactly what you were hoping for if you're the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. You got stymied on the first turnover. You went 3 and out, but here you got the first down across midfield. See if they can keep that momentum going.
Up close look at the quarterback, Brax Clough, and his pitch is going to be up and over the top of Carlo Harris's shoulder pads. Carlo has only one option there, dive on it and try to protect it. He does, but 4 yards lost on the play. And early on in this game, Byron, these 2 teams having a hard time hanging on to the pigskin.
They are, and I think that's Sloan right there, number 44 for the Cougar defense. He just about made it in time to get Xolo's first turnover of the game.
In the background, you can hear that Xolo marching band playing loud and proud. Here's a toss from Clough, right side. And it is Harris trying to make up some of the lost yardage, and he's not going to be able to. Carlos loses a yard on the play.
That was a nice play by Wood right there, number 5 of the Cougar defense. Something this Blue Ridge offense cannot do, which is go backwards. They are not a team that can make up these long yardages. 3rd and 15. They got to be in 3rd and short. So they're going backwards, not in the playbook.
So that's an interesting offensive formation, the triple I. And here's a toss downfield into triple coverage. Is it caught? No, it's not. Incomplete.
Dropped by Jet Walker. Nice play. Triple coverage, as you said, Floyd. Really, Clough really trying to force the issue into the 1 wide receiver deep. And again, the Cougar defense, after giving up that first down, able to come away and force the Blue Ridge punt.
Yeah, good look right there on the replay by our guys. And here comes the Clough kick, the punt. You know, there's never anything real attractive about the way Brax punts the football, but the result is always fantastic, Byron. It's just Brax finds a way to make plays, and when he's punting, when he's kicking the football, again, it's going to come off the ball. It's not going to be long, majestic soaring. It's not a spiral, but the result is always terrific.
Well, would you rather have an ugly win or a pretty loss? I'll take the ugly win, and that's exactly what that is on the punting unit. If you don't allow Jet Walker to return it, you're doing something well.
And the carry this time is the quarterback. That'll be around the left side on that first down effort by Cash Perkins. You see the crowd here at Show Low Fort Stadium, the home of the Cougars.
The old turf monster got Perkins right there. He had room to the outside, but he just tripped up and was able to touch his knee down, and they whistled it dead after a 1-yard gain.
And it was, just that 1-yard pickup. You're going to fake it a couple of times, and up the middle goes Perkins with it. He'll cross the 25-yard line. And this time, Cash is able to garner about 4 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Well, this is what we're going to see here tonight between both offenses, is just a lot of body blows. There isn't going to be a lot of explosive one-hook shots. They're just going to keep going at each other and to see if they can't wear the opponent down by the second half.
From the pistol formation, pressure coming, and Perkins able to get away from that. He'll dip inside, and with guys surrounding him, lets one loose. That pass is not going to be caught. His intended receiver was Josh Williams trying to come back to that ball, and it was just off his fingertips, and that'll bring up fourth down and about 5.5.
I think that was a nice play by Rodriguez right there. The Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets came from behind and kind of forced him just as he was throwing the ball. He took a hit right there, Perkins, and just was able to not complete it.
Punt team is on for the Cougars, and the ball is away off the foot of Carter Alexander. It'll check up, and Xolo eventually will down the ball inside the 45-yard line. It's Blue Ridge back on offense as the defense for the Yellow Jackets is able to hold the Cougars. And early on in this game, they've each had a couple of opportunities. Nobody able to net much offense, Byron. But going back to that play, and I don't know if we can see it again, but going back to that last pass incompletion, Cash Perkins did a great job. That ball was thrown perfect. It was right where it needed to be. I thought it skipped in, but watch this toss as you see him slip for a second time. That is exactly where it needs to be. That's a pass that Josh Williams has to have.
Absolutely. Josh Williams has got to come up with that.
So it's the Yellow Jackets again on first down, and there is a lot of traffic in the middle. Look at the push for Carlo Harris as he is going to get up near midfield. Mark him down at the 49-yard line, a gain of 5 yards for the Yellow Jackets.
Floyd, you and I are way old school, and we've been a long, long time since we've played the game of football. But when did it change? Because I don't remember this ever happening, that your teammates helped you up. When you were tackled and you got up by yourself, what is the deal now where you got to wait for somebody to help you up?
I just think people are nicer in this day and age. At least they are when it comes to football. Maybe not so nice in other venues, but here is Carlo Harris, and he is stuffed at the line. The Yellow Jackets, I mean, there they are, just doing a great job. You see Carter Alexander right in the middle of it, and that number 44, Talon Sloan, just more and more and more. He's getting his name and number called out there, and that'll be a loss of a yard.
Yeah, both teams trying to really do something with the running game, but both defenses not bending.
Can the Yellow Jackets do something on third down and 6? And that's about the limit of this offense. I mean, as far as just what you can expect, obviously they can break it big, but you're not going to get much more than about 6 on a third down running that double wing, and they're certainly not going to get it right here. That is going to go around the left side, and Tank Hamblin with his first carry of the game, and Tank comes up 3 yards shy on that one. So call that a gain of 4 yards on the play for Tank. And here comes the punt team again, and Brax Clough out there to kick it for a third time today.
Let's see if Xolo puts a little pressure and tries to maybe block this punt. As low as he's getting these off, if you push that blocker right back straight forward, you could probably get a block.
Not this time. Knuckleball. Hits at the 21, inside the 15, and then goes out of bounds right at about that mark. They're going to mark it at the 15-yard line. It will be Xolo's football again. How about last week, Byron? Hey, we need to take a timeout, don't we? We'll grab a timeout real quick. Watch the action on your lower screen there, everybody. We'll be back with more of the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
The 25s have got to go at Hatch Toyota in Xolo. Save thousands at every remaining 25 Toyota car, truck, and crossover. Now pay factory invoice. You pay the exact price we pay from the factory. No markups, hassles, or negotiating. Plus, we have financing starting as low as 0% for 72 months. This is the lowest price of the year on every remaining 2025 Toyota. Hurry. When they're gone, they're gone. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com.
I won't lose a deal over $1, and you have my word on it.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and there's no better place to get ready than at 77 Subaru in Show Low. The 2025 Outback is car and driver's editor's choice for being practical, efficient, and comfortable. Plus, it's an IIHS top safety pick. Get financing as low as 0.9% APR, or drive home today for only $275 a month.
This is Chaz Hatch. Please stop by 77 Subaru in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall or visit us online at 77subaru.com.
Hey, we're back in, everybody, and there is a first down gain After the 8-yard pass play that you watched, the Cougars were able to get the first down. It doesn't produce as much as I thought they would. That's a gain of 4 yards on that rush play. And the Cougars have moved the chains. Handoff up the middle it goes. Lamson stood up and driven into the turf here at Show Low High School. A 1-yard gain for Dax on that play. It'll bring up second down and a yard. I was going to take you back after that punt a moment ago by Brax. I was going to make reference to that incredible coffin corner kick that we saw from Jet Walker last week.
Yeah, great punt by Jet Walker, getting it down to the half-yard line. Unfortunately for Show Low, Round Valley proceeded to go 99.5 yards for a touchdown.
If you're Show Low, maybe you wanted it to go out at the 5. I don't know. Here comes a run straight up the middle. And tumbling forward looks like Lamson carried the football for a 5-yard ride straight into the teeth of that Yellow Jacket defense. Actually make it 4 yards. They spotted back a yard. Third down at 6 right here. The ball at the 31-yard line. Show Low's 31, and the Cougars have the football. No score here in the first quarter. So we've got 95 seconds remaining in the first period, and a terrific defensive effort out there by the Yellow Jackets coming up to make the play as Mason McGowan in the corner as he breaks up the pass.
If he reads this, and he's reading it good and well, he should have intercepted that pass. As I like to say with the receivers, if you touch it with your hands, you got to get it. But that's what they tell me, right? That's why he's playing secondary.
It's incomplete. And it brings up fourth down and just a little better than 5. And the Cougars will punt it away. It's fielded at the 34-yard line by Brax Clough. He is going to reverse field. And he's going to try to outrace that coverage team, spinning his way forward. Yellow Jackets, their fans like the return. You can hear them in the background there. And it was an exciting, 10 or 12-yard return by Brax Clough. It'll be first down near midfield for the Yellow Jackets.
Once again, very good field position for the Yellow Jackets, but the defense of the Cougars have not allowed the payoff for the Yellow Jackets.
Well, for anybody that might have placed the over-under on points scored in this game in the 20s, it's looking good for you so far because the defenses are setting the tone in this first quarter. So this is a modified I formation of some kind with the fullback right up behind the quarterback and then a deep tailback who they'll toss to. That's Carlo Harris. It's a different I don't know if I've ever seen that exact formation before. I mean, I saw it on the last possession for the Yellow Jackets, but Byron, that's a whole new look, and it gains 1 yard for the team.
Well, it hasn't done much for the Yellow Jackets. Show Low defense doing a great job, and they're just keying on whoever that back is, and it's Carlo Harris is getting the majority of the carries right now, and they're focusing on number 12.
Carlo averages 20 carries a game, and you got to remember that when they're not playing a very tough opponent, he doesn't get the 20. So against a good team, Carlo is generally well north of 20 touches running out of this mostly double wing formation that they have. He carries it again right there, and this time loses a yard back to the 46-yard line. Oh, pardon me on that. We got somebody else.
Carter McGowan.
Okay, well, Carter getting his first opportunity, and he will lose that yard. Mentioned, third down and 10.
Yeah, with the way the offense is for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, and they're going to go into, I think, waiting for the first quarter to end and go in the second quarter, but third and long is not their friend.
Third and long, third and 10 for the Yellow Jackets is like third and 22
yes.
for everybody else. All right, we'll get to that third down play when the second quarter gets underway in a moment. It's the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Save thousands now! Every 2025 Toyota on our lot has gotta go! Drive home America's best-selling SUV, the 2025 Toyota RAV4, for as low as $299 a month. Now pay factory invoice on all remaining 2025 models in stock. You pay the exact price we pay from the factory. No markups, hassles, or negotiating. Just our lowest prices of the year. But hurry, when they're gone, they're gone. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com.
I won't lose a deal over $1, and you have my word on it.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and 77 Subaru has you covered. The 2025 Subaru Forester is the most awarded small SUV in its class, including an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, giving you the confidence to take on any road, any season. Get financing as low as 2.9% APR, or drive one home today starting at only $275 a month.
This is Chaz Hatch. Please stop by 77 Subaru in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall or visit us online at 77subaru.com.
Hey, back to it, everybody. Welcome back to Show Low High School and tonight's Sports Zone Game of the Week broadcast. Show Low Cougars Football is what you got tonight here. And our coverage presented by Hatch Toyota. Floyd Simmons along with Byron Brown. Byron, I'm under the weather. I don't know if you can tell or hear it or not, but I got a little chest congestion, cold, all that kind of stuff. Sorry about it. Meanwhile, terrific play straight up the middle by the Show Low defense. And making his name known early on in this one is Mario Chavez, the senior defensive lineman, who was able to pierce that offensive line and drop Brax Clough for a 6-yard loss.
Yeah, nice job by Chavez right there. He didn't buy any kind of fake. He said, hey, the quarterback's my guy. That's who I'm going after. And he just takes him down for the big loss.
So 4th and 16, and Brax will kick it away again. And, he's just steady. He gets the great roll. It is scooped up at about the 25-yard line. And Jet Walker's going to bring that one back. Decent little return out across the 40 and the 45. Put him down at about the 47-yard line. And we'll see if the Cougars on offense can light a fire.
Well, both defenses are doing a tremendous job for both teams. Offenses are really struggling here in the first quarter. Let's see if maybe in the second quarter, Show Low can open it up a little bit.
The official spot here is the 46-yard line, and it's Jet Walker. They're going to force him back inside. Jet making guys miss, and then he'll cross the 50 and get knocked down at about the 46 on the other side. So for Walker, an 8-yard pickup on the play.
Yeah, nice job by Walker right there. Play design going to the left. He's able to cut it back to his right over pursuit by the Blue Ridge defenders, and he's able to pick up 8 yards.
So on 2nd down and 2, what do you do? If I'm Colby Maxwell, the offensive coordinator, I'm throwing the ball downfield, and they want to throw. But the edge is set nicely by the Yellow Jackets defensively, and they're not going to. Cash Perkins has nowhere to go. Waylon Peters is out there making a big play, and that's going to limit everything. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 coming up.
Yeah, Peters goes untouched. He's like, hey, I'm just going to rush from my DE position here. No one's going to touch me, so I got straight line to the quarterback, get the big loss.
A loss of 5 on that play. Throw the football again, and the receiver falls down this time. They were looking for, I believe that was Hernandez out here on the near side of the formation. Cam Hernandez, the senior, and it's incomplete to him. 4th down and 7, and once again the defense is making plays out here.
Well, right there, Hernandez was open. Unfortunately for him, he slipped, and the ball just sails right over his head. That could have been Show Low's time to move the ball forward and get into Blue Ridge territory.
So Hernandez slipped, and twice already we've seen Cash Perkins slip. I was down there on the field, and I didn't notice anything before the game, Byron. The turf felt good. I wasn't running, and I wasn't cutting, so I don't know what the issue is. But we've seen a couple of guys have some difficulty as you see this penalty called, which I think is only the 2nd penalty of the game so far.
I believe so, and the thing is that you have it gets kind of cool like this. You do get a little moisture on top of the grass, and if you're not having the right cleats, the right size spikes, could make it difficult.
The kick is away. It's fielded at the 23-yard line by Clough, and he is immediately brought down, and a marker comes out on the tackle. Maybe somebody got a handful of face mask over there.
Yeah, I was going to say a personal foul, either a face mask or a horse collar.
Out of 5-yard return is all he got, but you're going to tack, in all likelihood, 15 on the end of this one. And our game referee will give us the indication. Well, and then we we took another look. Somewhere other look. I didn't see the penalty. Did you see the penalty?
Well, let's see. It's going to be 15 yards. It doesn't matter. It's a personal foul one way or the other. Whether it's face mask or horse collar.
We don't know.
It's going 15 yards.
We saw some feet, though, right at the critical moment. Let's see. The punt gives the Yellow Jackets possession and a little bit shorter field. Blue Ridge is going to start this possession at their own 43-yard line. And they will put Brecken Sarche in motion, and he is going to get hit pretty quick, and only a 2-yard gain. And he's been dinged up, and on that play, he looked like he was running like a guy that isn't feeling all that hot right now, Byron. He just didn't have it. He wasn't planting hard. He wasn't pushing off. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do that much today for the Yellow Jackets.
Well, Yellow Jackets are having a hard time just moving the ball forward here. Both teams are. Again, credit to the defenses.
Second down now for the Jackets after that 2-yard gain. This time it's Tank Hamblin. He squares the shoulders up, goes straight ahead, but then he gets rudely met by one of those Show Low defenders, and in the middle of it was Corbin Wood, who hit him and drove him back after a 1-yard pickup.
Floyd, I'm going to give you an update, and if you want both offense and defense, look no further than your guy, Shohei Ohtani.
My guy, okay.
He's pitching tonight. One hit, 10 strikeouts.
Through how much?
6.
Through 6 innings. Wow. Wow.
And then, how about leading off the game with a 469-foot home run?
I'll take that. I'll take it. More on that coming up. There's a timeout on the field. The Jackets taking this timeout here at Show Low High School. Stand by. More of the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota coming up.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is giving you a chance to win premium tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. Win 2 tickets, a stay at the MGM Grand, and $1,000 cash. Every customer gets an entry. Insured customers get 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, and you could be headed to the National Finals Rodeo.
5365972 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you. Woohoo!
You don't have to drive hours for top-notch healthcare. We've got it right here at White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic in Springerville. Heart skipping a beat? Our cardiologists have you covered. Achy feet? Our podiatry team's a step ahead. From pulmonology to orthopedics and mental and behavioral health, we treat you, not just the chart. White Mountain Regional Medical Center, empowering a healthier community.
So the Yellow Jacket timeout is taken, and now we've got a 3rd down and 7. 3rd down and 7. The Yellow Jackets, they're on 46-yard line. A no-score game here in the second quarter. And around the left side, Tank Hamblin is going to get upended. Another short gain for the Yellow Jackets. This time it's a 2-yard pickup, and it brings up 4th down and 5. Blue Ridge at their own 48-yard line. So you mentioned the Dodgers and the success they're having. Ohtani with that, you said 469-foot home run? That's not bad.
469-foot home run.
Is that the one that went out of the stadium because he has 2 home runs in the game? I just got a text message from one of my buddies out there. Says Ohtani has 2 home runs and 1 went completely out of the park as you watch Jet Walker pick it up. How about Jet Walker and the dipping around and making guys miss, and he'll finally attract enough Yellow Jackets to sting him a bit and enough to bring him down. But an exciting return by Jet as he takes a chance right there with the coverage coming right at him, and he says, I'm not worried, I'll just scoop it up and make something out of it.
Yeah, that was number 11 for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, Mason McGowan. Not quite doing his job. He ran down there, did a great job of getting down there, but he ran past Jet Walker as Jet Walker took 1 step forward to field that punt, and by that time, he was gone. He's able to get positive yardage for Show Low. Get him in the, I believe, close to their best field position to start here in this game.
Well, actually, they have started at their own 46 once and in their own 47. Right now at their own 42. it's just kind of been that kind of game all game long as you watch Cash Perkins lose 3 yards here on this play, and it's, the defenses are having their way.
They are. This is, hey, if you love defensive games, this is right there at the top of your list because both defenses are doing a tremendous job against the offenses of the opposing teams.
So a combined 10 possessions before this one between these two teams, and they have punted the ball between them 8 times. Xolo has fumbled it twice with the Yellow Jackets making recoveries. As you watch now, Corbin Wood take it up the middle. Corbin gets 4 yards on that play, and it'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Cougar offense.
Well, an interesting note, you mentioned the 2 turnovers by the Show Low Cougars. Last week, they had 5 turnovers. Round Valley had committed 5 turnovers against Show Low, but Round Valley still was able to pull off the win.
And don't count on that.
Right, that's an anomaly, but I mean, you're sitting here, if you're Show Low Cougars, you had 5 turnovers, and yet you weren't able to come away with a win. And here tonight, Blue Ridge has got 2, and yet it is 0-0.
Hey, I want to thank somebody called Jackie Dunsmore out there for sending us a text message and offering a name for consideration, somebody that Jackie says we ought to consider for the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame. As you watch what turns into a quarterback draw, Cash Perkins making his way upfield, and Cash is going to gain 4 yards back to the original line of scrimmage to bring a 4th down and 10. And the Cougars are going to have to punt the football yet again. This will be the 9th punt in the first half of this football game. You want defense, you got it. It's a 3 and out.
Was she going to nominate Rochelle Austin to the Sports Zone Hall of Fame with her? Last week she brought in her blueberry and banana muffins.
Wow, woo! Did you just see that body slam out there? Got to be careful. You're not supposed to body slam a guy, and that was on the very razor's edge of you going to get a flag or not, but it turns into a big hit as Brax tries to do something right here. Clough gets hit by Connor Wood, who says, okay, you're not going to go down on the first hit. I'm going to deposit you. And it's exactly what he did back at the 15-yard line.
Well, I'd say this. Great tackle, great hustle by Wood, but he is very fortunate that he did not get the personal foul 15-yard flag, because that was a primetime WWE move right there, huh? Absolutely.
That's going to be a marker down thrown by the back judge. So I got to believe that's probably a holding call somewhere in there. We'll see if the Yellow Jackets' gain of 12 is going to stand. Here comes the referee. This officiating crew is I think mostly from Flagstaff, but the head linesman right there is our friend Quinn Ashton from St. John's. I believe that's Quinn on that. There's Quinn right there. So he's on the sideline. So I'm not sure who that guy is.
It's a long conversation.
It really is, yeah.
I can't wait for this explanation.
Well,
I'm going to be very disappointed if it takes 5 seconds.
So you want him to have a long discussion?
Well, I mean, we're in the 3 to 5 minute range right now in discussion. I mean, I better get a full detail on this penalty.
So now the referee is going to talk to the umpire for a second. Okay. So a penalty on the defense.
Not sure what that signal is. I've never seen it.
So the 12-yard gain counts, and then they add something, I think 10 yards to it. Okay, it was illegal participation was the penalty, maybe too many guys on the field. How about that? I'm going to go with that. Yellow Jackets have the ball at the 42-yard line, their own 42. They'll hand it off to the fullback, and he is going to squirt free for the first down. Well, that's going to be, so far, the biggest gain from scrimmage by the Yellow Jacket offense. Tallied it up, 18 yards straight ahead, and a terrific run. Let's give credit to that young man running the football there. That's Daniel Rodriguez.
Yeah, nice job right there up front. I think everyone with a Cougar helmet on there was looking for number 12, and here comes number 2, Rodriguez, right up the middle. Great job by the offensive line to give him a little room to run.
So from their own 15-yard line in 2 plays plus a 15-yard penalty mark-off, the Yellow Jackets have gone into Show Low territory, but they're not going to get much out of this one. Here comes everybody on that defense. It turns into the modified tush push at that point, doesn't it? It didn't start out as a tush push, but eventually it ends up being that way.
I'm kind of curious if in the playbook they have the pitch back to Carlo and then slip somebody out and have him throw it, because everybody's waiting in the middle. As soon as you pitch that ball back to Carlo, they are waiting for him right there at the mesh point.
2nd down and 9. Eric Halmerson's guys on offense. And by the way, Brandon Newcomb is the offensive play caller for the Yellow Jackets, and he elects to give it to Tank Hamblin, and Hamblin is going to gather in a bunch of those defenders before he is finally brought down. And it looks like Tank has about 4 yards on the play. Well, Tank Hamblin, and makes sense, but I didn't realize he was part of that Hamblin family that's got all the great athletes, the girls, especially Leilani Hamblin, playing soccer for the Yellow Jackets, and I understand Tank is one of the brothers.
There you go. Part of the Hamblin mystique.
3rd down and 6. Rodriguez, the fullback, right? Sneaking right back in there, and he'll get the carry. And he is once again going to squirt out of the grip of the guys that had the first shot at him. Tough to bring him down on the first hit. And he is able to take this one to the 24-yard line. Count that up as a 12-yard pickup. And the Yellow Jackets have figured something out here on this drive where they have had multiple double-digit rushes from the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's basically that left side of the line that's coming across. It's the center left guard and the right guard that kind of wall off the Cougar defense, allow a little light for Rodriguez to squirm through and rumble.
Give it to him again, why not? And he goes straight up the middle because Xolo can't figure it out. And in fact, they're not able to tackle him on those initial hits. And I think what's happening, Byron, I'm trying to diagnose this, and one thing is that Xolo is not getting their pad level down on him. They're hitting him high, and he is able to fight through those tall hits, and he takes this one down to, what's that, about the 13-yard line?
Well, how about Gabriel Garcia of the Yellow Jackets just leading the way on these last 2 runs for Rodriguez? He's just going, I think he's the center, and he is able to just push his guy back and wall off and allow Rodriguez running room.
Gain of 11 on that last play. And do they just go the same thing? They do, didn't they? They gave it right back to the fullback. Why not just try and stop us? And this time, Rodriguez is going to get pushed back. Didn't get much out of this effort on the first down run. 2 yards gained that time, and it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Jackets. They've got the ball at about the 11-yard line of Xolo. Byron, I didn't want to mention that name that Jackie had sent in to us. Jackie Dunsmore. Jackie says Chance Cox ought to be considered for the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame. And I'll mention a couple of things as to why Jackie suggests that. Here's a toss to Tank Hamblin, left side, cut it back. Corbin Wood meeting Hamblin right there. And we have called Corbin's name a lot defensively early in this game, and he's able to limit that to a 1-yard pickup on that play. 3rd down and 7, and I think somebody's going to call a timeout here with 1:34 remaining until halftime. We got to take that timeout. We're back in a moment, everybody. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your best of the White Mountains 2025 Best Propane Company, Owens Energy. In fact, it's their 5th consecutive win in a row. Owens has been proudly serving our community for more than 25 years, supporting local organizations, providing dependable service, and now an official partner of the Sports Zone's Friday Night Football Show. It's all about propane at Owens Energy, a local family-owned business with friendly, reliable service right here in Arizona's White Mountains. Owens Energy, your White Mountains propane provider.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality service, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
Do you want to be zeros? We are back in, and we are ready to see what the Yellow Jackets can do from the Show Low timeouts. You can see there both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. And we've got 94 seconds till the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report on the way here in a bit. 3rd down and 7. Blue Ridge, what do they dial up? They had a moment to think about it. Carlo in motion. Give it again to the fullback. That's Daniel Rodriguez. And he goes inside the 5-yard line, and he tumbles forward to near first down yardage. Where are they going to mark him down? He got the first down. First and goal for the Yellow Jackets. He is to the 3-yard line, so a gain of 8.
And if you're Blue Ridge right here, you're knocking on the door, but if it takes you the full minute, 15 seconds to score, you're good with that. You don't want Show Low to have the ball back.
What do you think Show Low expects the Yellow Jackets to do here?
I expect number 2.
You expect Rodriguez right up the middle, don't you? I mean, they might give it to Carlo, but you expect Daniel Rodriguez to get the football because it has worked so well on this entire drive. And there he goes again. He's got the ball. He bounces left, and Daniel Rodriguez punctuates an outstanding Yellow Jacket possession with the first touchdown of the game.
Nice job by Rodriguez. He went forward straight, saw it bounce into his own guy, looked to his left, and saw the big hole that was created by his offensive line, and he was able to get into the end zone scot-free. Didn't get touched until he was already there.
We'll see if Brock's Clough can add the point after, but there is first a whistle and a timeout taken by the Yellow Jackets. We'll stay right here. Will they determine what to do on this point after try coming up? So, our friend Jackie Dunsmore, who had checked in and is getting a lot of airtime now on the show here, suggests Chance Cox for the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame. Played at Blue Ridge, of course, was an Army All-American. Played ASU Devilback, played that position at ASU after getting a full-ride scholarship to ASU, and many Division I offers for Chance Cox. And, Chance Cox, talent-wise, ability-wise, physique-wise, you name it, speed-wise, Chance Cox is a guy that would absolutely deserve and merit consideration. You have to ask yourself, did he play enough while he was with the Yellow Jackets, right? Did he get enough time? Because he was injured as much as almost anybody I can remember. He missed so much time or was playing at less than 100% a lot of that time because, shoulder injuries in particular, but so many different ways that he was impacted with injuries. It prevented what was sure to be one of the all-time great high school football careers in the White Mountains. That's for sure. Here's a point after try that is up and good. And we got to grab a timeout. We can stay right here. So that kick is up and good. And with 55 seconds left in the first half, and the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report on the way, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets lead Show Low 7-0 in this one here tonight at Show Low High School. So Byron, last week we inducted into the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame Marcus Bell, and then you and Tim Slade, our broadcasters, had a chance to talk to Marcus for a while in the third quarter. And, he is one of those guys that exemplifies the greatness of White Mountains football.
That he is. Comes from a small school, St. John's, where not only did he have a great football career, but he also had a great wrestling career. Was able to go on to Division I football, played for some team in Tucson where he was all Pac-12, or Pac-10 back then.
Pac-10, yeah.
Pac-10, then Pac-12. But he was an all-pro all-conference linebacker, and then was drafted by the Seattle Seahawks, where he was able to play some NFL football, and unfortunately his career was cut short.
Here comes the Brax Clef kickoff. He's going to find a soft spot in between that entire return squad for the Yellow Jackets, but they're going to get a nice return around the left side before it finally comes to an end. A nice little return for the Show Low Cougars. They kicked it away from the very dangerous Jet Walker, and getting an opportunity to bring it back was Anthony Medina. Medina, the junior return man there for the Cougars, brings it to the 40-yard line.
Well, great starting position for the Show Low Cougars. Now they've got 47 seconds left and two timeouts to see if they can't send the end to halftime tied.
Well, they've got the weapons to do it, that's for sure. You got Dane Ruzma out there, the fastest guy on the mountain, I think, and you've got Jet Walker, who's the dynamic playmaker that he is, and this time it's going to be the quarterback carrying the football. Now he's going to have to hustle his guys up, but Show Low decides instead of trying to get up there and clock it, let's just take a timeout. They mark Perkins down with a 1-yard pickup on that last play. It'll be 2nd and 9, and now just 37 seconds remaining for the Cougars, who have to cover 49 yards.
How about that?
59 yards.
How about the secondary for the Yellow Jackets right there? I mean, Perkins had plenty of time to look for anybody that was open. He couldn't find anybody before he started to run forward with the football, and then it was a shoestring tackle, or else he would have got some good yardage out of that.
No doubt about that, Byron. 2nd down and 9. And the Cougars will line up, but not until the Yellow Jackets are able to get their defense set. 3-man front for the Yellow Jackets. They're going to go into their nickel package. Daniel Rodriguez rushing off the left edge, the guy that scored the touchdown a moment ago. Completion downfield at the 40 and into Yellow Jacket territory. It's Jet Walker hauling it in, making a Jet Walker kind of play out there and giving the Cougars a real shot at it as we tally up the yardage, but there's Jet on the end of that one.
Well, that's a nice job by Perkins, getting out of the pocket and then setting his feet and hitting Jet Walker in stride. And look, not many people are going to be able to cover Jet Walker one-on-one, much less coming across the middle. And you saw what happens right there. Big gain for the Show Low Cougars.
How about that terrific pass? This time completed on the left side, and it's York Smith catching it. And he'll be out of bounds at the 20-yard line to stop the clock. It saves some time. Show Low's got 2 timeouts remaining. 5-yard gain, this time on the completion to York Smith.
I believe Show Low has 1 timeout left. The scoreboard's wrong because they call a timeout here, and then they call the timeout when Blue Ridge got that first and goal. So they have 1 timeout, but nice play call right there. Just get out of bounds, move the ball a little further.
And pressure coming, and down goes Cash Perkins. The Yellow Jacket contingency will respond. And that's a huge loss, by the way. That'll be a loss of 13 on the play.
Yeah, big play right there by Belvado of the Yellow Jacket defense. Just coming through, fighting through the block, and finally able to get to Cash Perkins and send them downward for the big sack. And look, if you're Cash Perkins, you got to know in your head, I've got to throw the ball away at some point and get rid of it. You cannot take that big sack and use the last time out on that sack.
Timeout is granted out there on the field with 20 seconds remaining here. And you said 1 timeout. Actually, no, that was their last timeout then.
Yeah, that was their last timeout.
Spent the final timeout. So, Byron, dial something up right here.
Well, here's what I'm thinking is just like you did on the prior to the pass to your tight end, number 85, where he gets out of bounds. York Smith, I'm looking at something like that where you just kind of hit maybe a running back out of the backfield or York Smith coming across. Get him out of bounds, get it like 10 yards, and then you have a free shot for closer shot at the end zone.
from the pistol with Jet Walker behind. No, he's in the slot on the left side. And they flush Perkins. Throws deep, wide open, pass, cut, touchdown, Xolo. Chris York-Smith found himself all alone, and Cash Perkins, keeping the play alive, throws an absolute beauty for the touchdown.
Not quite what I said, but hey, it's the same player, York-Smith, who got wide open. Blue Ridge lost him. I think they got a few eyes in the backfield looking to see if they got the sack or not. Perkins doing a nice job getting away from Rodriguez, going to his right, head upfield, eyes downfield, sees York-Smith wide open, completes the touchdown pass, going to halftime, possibly tied.
Boy, huge play, and Cash Perkins has had a terrific first half throwing the football. And it finally pays off into something big that the team needed. They got the 6, and they tack on the point after to make it 7. We're tied at 7 here as we stay right here for the kickoff in the final seconds of this first half. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report comes up in a moment, and there it is again. York-Smith found himself absolutely wide open, and you're playing prevent defense, Byron, but when your quarterback stays alive and curls around and goes the opposite direction, it can make it tough on those defenders, and he throws a dime.
Well, right there, Hamblin of the Yellow Jackets, you can see that he just lost York-Smith. He had him in his own area, and as soon as he saw Perkins running around, he thought, I better get up a little closer. And by that time, York-Smith was 15 yards behind him. Perkins lets it fly, and Hamlin trying to run backwards to get to him, but no way is he going to make up 15 yards on that defensive assignment right there, and it is a tie ball game here at getting ready for halftime.
The Cougars will send it away with these 11 seconds remaining. Somebody wasn't on the field. They do get on finally for the Cougars. And the line drive is going to end up in the hands of Brax Clough. He goes up the middle, picking his way straight ahead, breaks to the outside, broken tackle, keeps it alive, and he will go out of bounds in Xolo territory. A fantastic return. Unable to take it to the house, and that return will burn off the final seconds of this first half. But a highlight of a return and a highlight from a first half that produced a lot of defensive clips that we'll look at. Not going to see a lot of offense, that's for sure. And the 2 touchdowns is all we got out of these two teams to go into the locker room tied 7-7. Defense ruling the day, Byron Brown.
Ruling the day. You got to love defense right here. And right there in that picture, number 5, Corbin Wood, living up to his name, his last name, because he has been bringing the wood in the first half.
So we'll go into halftime. We'll break it down for you in a bit on the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime reports. Football fans, don't go anywhere. It's tied here. Xolo 7, Blue Ridge 7. Sports Zone's Game of the Week broadcast. Show Low Cougars Football, presented by Hatch Toyota, continues after this.
Hatch Toyota will pay the top dollar for your trade, whether you buy a vehicle from us or not. Get a free appraisal. Get a free Carfax report. Get a check. And we'll pay you up to 120% above Kelly Blue Book value. Hatch Toyota is buying quality late model vehicles. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. Get an appraisal. Get a check. We want your vehicle and are willing to pay for it. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and hatchtoyota.com.
It started with a dream. Simple, honest, and rooted in the White Mountains of Arizona. That dream shaped legends, and those legends built Perkins Cinders. Through decades of ethic and hard work, the business became more than a name. Perkins Cinders, built by legends, driven by purpose.
At the Furniture Gallery, we just don't sell lazy boy recliners, sofas, and sectionals. We sell the good life. We'll do whatever it takes to make your house feel like a home, short of tucking you in at night. Comfort guaranteed, style on point. Because once you sit down, you'll never want to stand up. And that's exactly how we make our customers for life. The Furniture Gallery, the champions of comfort.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has a kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night, 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and 77 Subaru has you covered. The 2025 Subaru Forester is the most awarded small SUV in its class, including an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, giving you the confidence to take on any road, any season. Get financing as low as 2.9% APR, or drive one home today starting at only $275 a month.
This is Chaz Hatch. Please stop by 77 Subaru in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall or visit us online at 77subaru.com.
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Hey, it's halftime here at Show Low High School. Welcome back in, everybody. The site of tonight's game is Show Low Ford Stadium, and we welcome you into the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime reports. You see the score there. Show Low 7, Blue Ridge 7. The Cougars taking advantage of an opportunity in the final seconds of this, moving the ball nicely up the field. As you watch on the highlights there, you see an early fumble and turnover by the Cougars. They would turn the ball over on both of their first two possessions here in the football game. They would fumble and lose it to Blue Ridge. The Yellow Jackets unable to capitalize on either one of those takeaways. And then from that point on, these teams would just punt the ball back and forth throughout that first half until the Yellow Jackets finally took possession of the football in a scoreless first half at 5:48 on the clock in the second quarter. And the Jackets at that point would reel off a 9-play, 85-yard touchdown drive that was punctuated throughout by great runs by the fullback Daniel Rodriguez. And after they got the ball to the 3-yard line, why not give it to Daniel one more time? And Daniel able to score the touchdown from 3 yards out for the Yellow Jackets. That touchdown came with 55 seconds remaining in the first half, and it put Blue Ridge in front with the first score of the game. They got the point after, and it was Blue Ridge 7-0. The Cougars had 55 seconds then after the Yellow Jacket kickoff, 55 seconds to try to cover 60 yards, and they did it in 5 plays. Along the way, a 34-yard pass completion to move the ball deep into Blue Ridge territory from Cash Perkins to Jet Walker, and then 3 plays later, a 33-yard touchdown pass from Perkins to Chris York-Smith of Xolo. That was followed by a successful point after, and the Cougars had tied this game up 7-7, and that's how we end up here at the end of the first half. Brian, it's hard to call a defensive struggle as exciting as this one has been. You see the physicality of the game right there, but it's kind of what it's been. A super exciting first half.
It's been a super exciting last 7 minutes of the first half. How about that? Really, both defenses doing a tremendous job. But there in the last 7 minutes, you have almost close to a 6-minute drive by the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, taking basically all the time except for 55 seconds. And then in about 3 plays, Xolo goes down and is able to score on a pass, a 33-yard bomb from Cash Perkins to York Smith to tie it up. So last 7 minutes has been all you need to have enough excitement for this game.
We're going to have a look at the first half statistics here in just a few moments, but let's talk about that drive for a moment, the Daniel Rodriguez special. I don't know what else to call it, but that's one of those cases, Byron, where they got Rodriguez on about a 12 or 15-yard run early in that drive and just kind of figured out, wait a second, Xolo doesn't have an answer up front, so they kept going back to it over and over. You know that Xolo's going to address that here in the locker room at halftime, but what was interesting is that the Yellow Jackets said, okay, you can't stop it. then we'll just keep right on doing it. Why not, right?
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. And how many times, as us football fans, when we're watching our favorite team do one play, the same play over and over, and do something well, and then all of a sudden try some double reverse pass play that goes for minus 20 yards, and then they don't do anything the rest of the drive, and you're like, why? We're getting 5, 6, 7 yards with the same play. They haven't stopped it. Why are we doing something else? And right there, the Blue Ridge coaching staff saying, look, Rodriguez is getting yardage. Let's keep doing the same play over and over, and not just over and over, but hey, there was a time where Rodriguez got about 2 yards on one carry, but they went right back to it.
Yeah.
Okay, they said, okay, you stopped it once, can you stop it twice? And they could not.
And the answer was no.
And that's what you want. That's what you like to see from the coaching staff. And look, I want to give lots of credit to Rodriguez on that drive. He did a great job running the ball, running hard, seeing and looking for the hole. But I want to give also credit to Gabriel Garcia, the man up front, the center. He was able to seal off his guy, and not only was he sealing off his guy, but because Xolo was kind of playing close gaps, he sealed off two guys and was allowing Rodriguez those holes to get through.
And on the touchdown run, if I'm not mistaken, we saw Rodriguez run right into the back of that man, bounce it off to the left because there was a seam right there, and he practically at that point waltzes into the end zone for the touchdown run. So good call, Byron. And if I'm not mistaken, as you watch highlights from that scoring drive by the Yellow Jackets, you see them up on your screen right now, and you're going to see a lot of Daniel Rodriguez. Watch him carry the ball from up the middle. And that was the touchdown run right there, I believe. So Rodriguez ends the first half with 54 yards rushing on 6 carries. And correct me if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I am wrong.
You're wrong.
I think all of that came on. I'm usually wrong. All of that yardage came on that drive.
I believe he carried 1 or 2 times early on in the first quarter, but you're correct. Basically, 98% of his yardage came on that drive.
Certainly did, and we'll look at the rest of the numbers from that first half here in just a little bit, everybody. But on this, what is turning into a cold fall night. The cold is setting in, everybody. We're glad you're joining us on the broadcast, and we'll have more of the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report on the way here in just a few moments. We'll look at those stats provided by the lovely Sonia Simmons. We'll have that next. Stand by. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
What would you buy with a $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse? You could load up for hunting, fishing, and camping. Grab a Traeger or a Pit Boss smoker, high-end Vortex optics, or top-notch boots and outdoor gear. When you get your insured windshield replaced by Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, you get your choice of 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets, or a $100 window tint certificate. You're entered to win the $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
The 25s have got to go at Hatch Toyota in Show Low. Save thousands at every remaining 25 Toyota car, truck, and crossover. Now pay factory invoice. You pay the exact price we pay from the factory. No markups, hassles, or negotiating. Plus, we have financing starting as low as 0% for 72 months. This is the lowest price of the year on every remaining 2025 Toyota. Hurry. When they're gone, they're gone. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com.
I won't lose a deal over $1, and you have my word on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your best of the White Mountains 2025 Best Propane Company, Owens Energy. In fact, it's their 5th consecutive win in a row. Owens has been proudly serving our community for more than 25 years, supporting local organizations, providing dependable service, and now an official partner of the Sports Zone's Friday Night Football Show. It's all about propane at Owens Energy, a local family-owned business with friendly, reliable service right here in Arizona's White Mountains. Owens Energy, your White Mountains propane provider.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
According to eyewitnesses, the guy went in and didn't come out. That was 2 days ago. His wife is worried. His boss has called. The latest report says he didn't know what hit him. A Lazy Boy recliner called his name, and that was that. This may be a hostage situation. For the best selection of Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, and sectionals, head to the Furniture Gallery, where they have furniture so comfortable, it's almost a crime.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and there's no better place to get ready than at 77 Subaru in Show Low. The 2025 Outback is car and driver's editor's choice for being practical, efficient, and comfortable. Plus, it's an IIHS top safety pick. Get financing as low as 0.9% APR, or drive home today for only $275 a month.
This is Chaz Hatch. Please stop by 77 Subaru in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall or visit us online at 77subaru.com.
Your neighbors and friends won't have to fake their enthusiasm over your new wall. With the durability and strength of precast Verticrete walls from Hatch Concrete is a solid investment. Enhance your property's value with a two-sided decorative concrete wall that's as stylish as it is affordable. No yearly repairs or restaining needed. Request a free estimate from Hatch Concrete today, where quality isn't just a name, but a tradition.
Back in for our wrap-up on the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report, everybody. Floyd Simmons and Byron Brown, B-Squared here. As you watch Xolo, some of those highlights from the first half. First play from scrimmage was that long pass play to Chris Yorksmith. Carlo Harris forcing Yorksmith to fumble the football. Blue Ridge recovered, couldn't do anything with it. Xolo got it back, and on their next possession, fumbled again. You watch Yorksmith get the ball ripped out by one of the best out there playing on both sides of the ball, whether a defender, whether a running back. Carlo Harris is simply one of the best in the entire 3A conference, and he has helped his team to maintain a low-scoring, tight game in the first half, a 7-7 game at this point. You're going to watch the ball come out right here, fumbled by Jed Walker, recovered by the Yellow Jackets. Again, they couldn't turn that into points. And then you watched a lot of defense, Byron, a lot of defense in that first half. The Show Low Cougars, they moved the ball 60 yards on their final possession, a scoring possession. They end the first half with 108 yards of total offense. 108 minus 60, 48 yards of offense outside of that scoring drive, okay? The Yellow Jackets end up with 88 yards of offense. And remember that they had an 85-yard scoring drive. It was assisted by a 15-yard penalty, at least one 15-yard penalty, so you take that off the 85. And so something like 70 yards of offense on that drive for the Yellow Jackets, meaning they only had about 18 or something yards other than the scoring drive. So these defenses have been dominating today.
They have been dominating, and you expect that from the rivalry game that we have between these two teams. You don't expect a lot of offense. You feel like there's going to be a lot of defense, and some of the guys have been coming out for both sides, really putting the wallop on everybody. Corbin Wood for the Show Low Cougars, just living up to that last name. He has been putting the wood on a lot of players. And another name we call out is Carlo Harris and also Mason McGowan. That have done a tremendous job defensively for the Yellow Jackets. The only thing we miss from the first half highlights, and this is just for us old guys, Floyd, is remember back in the day in the 70s and 80s, and you'd watch the NFL films, and when you saw one of these classic defensive, and you had that voice, that narrator voice, going down and to the Cougar field we go. That's all we're missing from this game.
It's old school football.
Yes.
It's old school football. Take a look at the first half statistics. The home team, the Show Low Cougars, have 108 yards of total offense and have managed 3 first downs. Count them, 3 first downs in that first half. They only ran 23 total offensive plays in the first half, averaging 4.7 yards per offensive play. They have 35 yards rushing, averaging 2.3 yards per carry as a team. They have thrown for 73 yards in that first half on 5 of 8 completions as a squad. And they are averaging 14.6 yards per pass play. Per pass play, not per reception, but per total pass play. They've been sacked twice by the Yellow Jacket defense. They have been penalized 4 times for a total of 35 yards, fumbled twice, lost both fumbles to the Yellow Jackets, and that accounts for all of the first half turnovers by both teams combined. Cash Perkins is 5 of 8 throwing the football for 73 yards. That's 63% completions and 1 touchdown for Cash Perkins. That was a touchdown pass to Chris York-Smith, who led the team in receiving in the first half. 3 catches for Chris, 56 yards total. 1 touchdown for him. He's averaging 18.7 yards per catch for the team. Jet Walker, 2 catches for 42 yards. And Dane Rusma caught 1 pass for 8 yards in that first half. Walker running the football. He has carried it 3 times. 3 times for 32 yards. Averaging 10.7 yards a carry. So I would like to see that 3 be 13 carries in the first half. But nonetheless, he leads the team with 32 yards rushing. Dax Lamson, 3 carries for 6 yards. Corbin Wood, 1 rush for 4 yards. And Cash Perkins has carried the ball 8 times for -7, including being sacked twice for significant yardage lost on the sacks, and that's what accounts for his -7 yards of rushing in that first half. There's your Show Low numbers. Byron, anything striking besides the fact that the defenses are having their way most of the way?
Well, I think you hit it. It's about Jet Walker, and if he's averaging 10 yards a carry, why is he not getting more rushing attempts? I think if you're Show Low, you got to start looking at that, trying to get Jet Walker in some space, not necessarily running him up the middle, but maybe trying to get him in space, because he's done a great job with the cutbacks and getting big yardage for it. And if you're the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, I've only seen 1 pass play, and I'm not sure if you got something in that bag of tricks with a trick pass play, but I think you could catch Show Low off guard with a good trick pass play from that formation.
You're going to see it. It's going to happen sometime in this second half coming up here. Mentioned that Show Low has 108 yards of offense. Well, Blue Ridge has 88 yards of offense and 6 first downs. By the way, time of possession, the Yellow Jackets have had the ball a little bit more, 14 minutes and 40 seconds. Show Low with 9 minutes and 20 seconds total time of possession in the first half. The Yellow Jackets, 6 first downs, 25 offensive plays is all they ran in that first half, averaging 3.5 yards per offensive play. They've rushed all their yardage is rushing yardage, 88 yards rushing. They averaged 3.7 yards per carry in that first half. They only attempted 1 pass. It was incomplete. They were not penalized in the first half. They fumbled it once, but they recovered their own fumble, so no turnovers by the Yellow Jackets as they return the ball out across the 25-yard line to begin the second half. Brax Clough in the first half was 0 for 1, so no receiving yardage or catches for the team. Daniel Rodriguez leads them in rushing with 6 carries for 54 yards and 1 touchdown. Carlo Harris, 11 carries for 28 yards, averaging 2.5 yards per carry. Tank Hamblin, 4 rushes for 11 yards. Brecken Sarche, 1 rush for 2 yards. Brax Clough, 1 carry for -6. And Carter McGowan, 1 rush for -1 yard. It's been all defense in this one as we get the second half underway. And the Yellow Jackets on first down operating from their own 27-yard line. They'll go up the middle with it. Thank you to Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Thank you to Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint for presenting the halftime show as we get the second half underway here now. It's the Sports Zone Game of the Week. Show Low Cougars football presented by Hatch Toyota. And on first down, no gain, straight up the middle for the Yellow Jackets. Didn't see the ball carrier.
That was Rodriguez. They tried him up the middle, and right there got stymied for no gain.
So they'll work then on second down. And a second down and 10. Toss it to Tank Hamblin. He's going to follow an army of Yellow Jackets around the left side, but the Cougars are up to the task, and they're going to prevent that from going very far. It goes out to the 31-yard line, so a gain of 3 on the play to bring up second down at 6.
We have an injury report, Floyd, for the Show Low Cougars, and it's going to affect somewhat of their offense, and that is number 7, Dane Rusma, is not available in the second half.
You saw him get dinged up.
He is in street clothes.
It's unfortunate for a guy that is such a weapon for Show Low, and they could stand to have him in that second half here, in this second half. Here's a gain straight up the middle. Is that going to be Rodriguez again?
Yes, it is.
Has he turned into the workhorse tonight? He is going to pick this one up to the 36-yard line. It'll be about a yard shy. That was a gain of 5 on the play.
Well, do you go for it, Floyd?
Go for it. Go for it. You trust your defense.
Hey, what's gone on here tonight? You feel like you can trust them.
Jackets are lined up on 4th down and about 4 feet to go. Long snap count. Brock's Clough puts him in motion. There was movement. They give it to Rodriguez, and he is going to carry the pile forward and get that first down. Gain of 3 on the play. Move the chains. And the Yellow Jackets in their own territory never hesitated, Byron. They were going for it all the way.
They were going for it, and they felt very comfortable with Rodriguez going up the middle and that offensive line providing the space he needed for the first down.
So I talked to Eric Halmerson before the game, and I asked him, has Carlo Harris been tackled? And he takes, 25 to 28 to 35 big hits every single game. Has he ever been tackled by anybody actually smaller than him? And the answer is, we highly doubt it. Everybody that hits Carlo Harris is bigger than him. I bring that up as we watch Tank Hamlin beautifully reverse field to gain 6 yards. But I bring it up because getting somebody else like Rodriguez involved, or Tank Hamlin in this case, and causing Carlo to have to take fewer hits is always going to be a plus as the game matures and goes along. That was a gain of 6. They're going to give it to Rodriguez again up the middle. And he just finds a way to slip that first tackler or two, doesn't he? And then all of a sudden, there he goes. And on this particular effort, he is going to gain 8 yards for the first down.
And who's leading the way for him? Who is ahead of him? His road grader center, 56. Look at this. He's like next level. 56 is looking for it. And finally, Rodriguez is brought down after the first down.
Well, if he keeps that kind of work up, Mr. 56 there, Gabriel Garcia, is going to be discussed in the Sports Zone's Player of the Game voting at the end of this one. That's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. So the Jackets go into Cougar territory again. They'll toss it. Harris, and he gets tripped up. Somebody got a hand in there and tripped him up. Otherwise, he was going to turn that into a nice little gain. Instead, it's just a pickup of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9.
Well, I believe Perkins Sanders is an advertiser for this game, right?
You
Perkins
are correct,
Sanders,
yes.
right? Well,
Good guess.
Gabriel Garcia is looking like the road grade crew for Perkins Sanders.
Perkins needs to figure out if they can rent him out.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe build some roads. Here comes Rodriguez again, straight up the middle. There he goes. He bursts right out of there. And I'm just telling you, I don't know what they saw. I don't know what they have figured out, Byron, but it is working for the Yellow Jackets with number 2 right there, Daniel Rodriguez.
Well, the offensive line is doing a great job for the Yellow Jackets. And basically they're becoming like a little wedge. Like they just are getting shoulder to shoulder, not allowing the Cougars to really get any type of grasp of Rodriguez. And then so by the time Rodriguez gets any momentum, he is past the main clog of Cougars, and he's able to get those big gains.
16 yards is what he gained on that play. And the ball is at the Show Low 30-yard line. A 7-7 tie in this one. And again, straight up the middle. And this time, Show Low is up to the task. They were able to see it. I think one of the other issues is you watch that 1-yard gain go to the 29, Byron. I think one of the issues for the Cougar defenders is vision, is actually seeing the guy that they're trying to tackle because there is so much traffic right there in the middle. I mean, where's the guy? Where's the ball? Who are we tackling?
And because of that, I think it'd be perfect time for a little QB sneak with Brock's Clough. Look, he's a small guy up there. If he would get lost underneath and just have Rodriguez and Carlo push him. Let's get a push for about 20 yards.
2nd down and 9. He will toss it. It's Hamlin. Hamlin cut back inside one defender, and then there was a couple others there waiting to greet him, and it wasn't a friendly greeting, I'll tell you that. And the tackle is made after a 2-yard pickup. 3rd down and 7 on the way.
You know, this is... we see this every year between these two teams, and that is, it looks like the ball carrier for either team has got the outside, and it looks like he's got room, but each team has got the same speed, and they're able to cut off the running attack to the outside. Great job by the Cougars there.
Yeah, it was Luke Smith in pursuit, making that last tackle for Xolo. 3rd down and 7. Go up the middle, why don't you? Go up the middle, get some yardage. Daniel Rodriguez, and it's going to take, 4 of those Cougars to bring him down. And there's another first down for the Yellow Jackets. They have found a remedy for that Xolo defense. It's give it to Daniel Rodriguez.
They have, and I tell you what, this is what I like about Rodriguez also, is he is carrying that ball, and once he feels a hit, he is making sure that he's not going to lose it. Because Xolo's really good at trying to strip that ball, but he's not giving it up.
He got 14 on that play, and now the 12th play of the drive. The Yellow Jackets at the Xolo 13-yard line. Rodriguez, and he is going to drive those legs, pump those legs, and he'll get dragged down. Luke Smith is one of those guys that was there. Dax Lamson peels up off the top of the pile that was on top of Daniel Rodriguez, who gained 3 yards on that play. Ball at the 10-yard line for the Yellow Jackets, 2nd down and 7.
Look, if you're getting 3 yards of carry, it's going to be 4th and 1, and what do you think you're going to do? You're going to go for it, right? I mean, that's what you want, right? 3 yards, 4 yards,
certainly,
and a cloud of dust.
Certainly. 2nd down play right here for the Jackets. Same set. Brax Clough calls it out, and he'll toss it. Harris, he's got some room. Brax helping lead the way out there inside the 5-yard line. He'll go down at the 3. That's a gain of 7 on this one for now Carlo Harris as they mix it up a little bit. It's going to be a yard shy of the first down, so call it 6 yards instead, the gain for Carlo. But mix it up a little bit. And from the 4-yard line, here come the Yellow Jackets.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. What play call do you think is going to happen? Even if they don't get it, it's going to be the same one.
If it's anybody but Daniel Rodriguez, I'm going to freak out.
You and me both.
If it's anybody but Daniel Rodriguez, he is the guy that should get the ball right here in this situation. The fullback, watch him, number 2 right there behind the quarterback. And he's got it. And he's going to sneak his way into the end zone. He gets by that front line. And Daniel Rodriguez closes out a beautiful second-half starting scoring drive for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, nice job. This time he doesn't go left, but he goes right. And he's right behind, again, we talked about Garcia, number 56, but also number 72, Danny Gonzalez. Does a great job right there, allowing Rodriguez to just waltz into the end zone.
He had a 3-yard scoring drive earlier in the game. This is a 4-yard touchdown run for Daniel Rodriguez, capping off a masterful scoring drive to start the second half for the Yellow Jackets. They will move ahead after the point after is good by a count of 14-7 over the Xolo Cougars. And we'll grab a timeout. Stand by, everybody. It's the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
You don't have to drive hours for top-notch healthcare. We've got it right here at White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic in Springerville. Heart skipping a beat? Our cardiologists have you covered. Achy feet? Our podiatry team's a step ahead. From pulmonology to orthopedics and mental and behavioral health, we treat you, not just the chart. White Mountain Regional Medical Center, empowering a healthier community.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality service, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
Well, Byron Brown, how does this sound to you? 14 plays, 73 yards on the scoring drive for the Yellow Jackets. They used 8 minutes and 10 seconds of clock, and here's a short kick that Luke Smith is going to cover up for the Cougars at about the 46-yard line. They're on 46-yard line, but there you go, 14-play drive, 8 minutes and 10 seconds, 73 yards. Daniel Rodriguez showing up again for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, how about not only Rodriguez scoring his second touchdown of the game, but how about the time of possession right there? 8 minutes and 10 seconds. You want to talk about body blows right there. That's a lot of punishment because these guys go both ways.
How about the psyche of your defense through that? I mean, this Xolo defense is so good, but when that happens to you, it's got to impact the confidence to some degree, and we're going to get a penalty marker at the end of a tackle. I think that was Carlo Harris who finished off that tackle right there on Jet Walker. A marker comes out right where the hit was being made after a 1-yard gain.
Well, there's no one in the area. There was no blocking. So is that defensive penalty? Well, they're looking at the defense. I think he's trying to go, hey, what number was it? What guy? Well, let me look. Hold on. Oh, it was number 12. I think he's trying to run off the field right now. I tell you what, these guys have long conversations.
Okay, so somebody led with the helmet. And it's going to be a 15-yard. I guess that's the way they were looking to see who that defender was. And we'll see who they are going to nab with this. So a 15-yard penalty.
Are you going with 24 right there?
Oh, there it is. It's the guy coming in at the end.
That was Carlo.
Never made contact. It was Harris. Never made actual contact. It was a 1-yard gain that stands, and then they tack on 15 at the end of it. Here's Jet Walker carrying the football from the line of scrimmage, the 38-yard line of Blue Ridge. And for Show Low, he takes it to the Blue Ridge 31. So a gain of 7 on that play. But Carlo came in like a missile, trying to hit the runner. Never really made any significant contact, certainly not with the helmet, but I think it's the intent that they're going to flag him for as you watch Lamson game 3.
Well, if that's the case, they might as well just flag everybody on every play for intent.
Well, you know, what's my intent when I hit you here on this play? Well, my intent is to make you see stars, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
That's what you're trying to do. It's football, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just trying to decipher here. That's all. I don't really know. First down now after Lamson moves the chains with his gain. And the speed sweep to Jet Walker. Stiff arm. Driven out of bounds. And he'll gain a nice chunk of yardage. It should be about 8 yards for Jet. And it is to the Yellow Jacket 20-yard line.
Say that 3 times fast.
Which one?
Okay. The jet sweep for Jet Walker.
Oh, that.
A lot of jets.
Yeah. You know, when his dad decided to name him Jet, he may not have known that might come into play here for the play-by-play guy. Here comes Cash Perkins turning it up, gaining first down yardage on a pickup of 5 right there for the Cougars. Move the chains. So after these teams punted the ball back and forth, Byron, I think 9 times in a row, and there was another punt before that, okay? So I think 10 punts in the first half. Now the defenses can't stop the offenses anymore.
This is what you call halftime adjustments.
And here's Jet Walker on the jet sweep, and it's Waylon Peters finishing off a tackle that was begun by his teammate. The first guy to make contact on Jet for a very short gain there. The first guy was Jesse Queso. And then, as I mentioned, you see there Jesse getting a little shot on him, and it was Waylon Peters finishing it up. No gain on the play. In the red zone, the Cougars from the 15. Perkins fakes and keeps, and Perkins will get knocked down at about the 11-yard line. Should be a gain of 4 yards. Make it 3, I guess. 3-yard pickup.
And I believe if you're the Show Low Cougars, you're in 4-down territory. I think you're going to go for it. So on this down, you're looking not just to maybe score, but you're looking for something to get it in within if you don't make the first down, be within like 4th and 2, 4th and 1.
Show Low at the 12-yard line of Blue Ridge. But a timeout requested by the Show Low Cougars, and so we'll step aside for a quick second. 14-7 the lead for Blue Ridge here in this third quarter. Stand by for more of the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
It started with a dream. Simple, honest, and rooted in the White Mountains of Arizona. That dream shaped legends, and those legends built Perkins Cinders. Through decades of ethic and hard work, the business became more than a name. Perkins Cinders, built by legends, driven by purpose.
Step into the world where every bloom tells a story at the Bloom House Floral Design Shop. From enchanting decor to lifelike artificial florals that stay stunning year-round, we craft magic for your home, your holidays, and your biggest moments. Need a custom arrangement or a centerpiece that wows? We'll design it just for you. No fairy godmother required. The Bloom House, located in Pinetop and Show Low, is where imagination blossoms and every day becomes more beautiful.
Hey, what a crazy night tonight here at Show Low High School. The Sports Zone Game of the Week is brought to you by Hatch Toyota. And a 3rd down and 7 coming up for the Show Low Cougars after their timeout. They're going to flip it out right side. The flip was a little behind the runner, and maybe that was a good thing for Jet Walker, who gets knocked down and plenty shy of the first down. We'll get whistles and more whistles. And it looks like he is going to be at the 9-yard line. So pickup of 3 yards for Jet. 4th down. And about 4 coming up for Show Low's offense.
Got a player down for Blue Ridge right now. That's why we had a timeout on the field.
Looks like the classic cramp position.
Well, Show Low has responded to the 14-play touchdown drive by Blue Ridge. They've come out aided by a 15-yard penalty against the Blue Ridge defense. But here, right now, 4th and 5 for the Show Low Cougars. I like to see Cash Perkins on a rollout and have the option to run or pass for the first down.
While they deal with the player who is suffering from cramps right now, and that's an issue concerning who the player is. So it's Waylon. No, that's not Waylon Peters. Sorry, let me check for you. For the Yellow Jackets, coming off the field is Mason McGowan. Everybody on that 11-man defensive unit is critical. Can't afford to lose one of those guys. And meanwhile, it'll be 4th down and 3. I want to mention something as well. We've been talking about the Sports Zone's Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame. Last week, our induction of Marcus Bell. We have some newly elected individuals we'll talk about in a moment as Cash Perkins rolls left and throws on the run, throws to the pylon. It's a little short and incomplete. And the Yellow Jackets, their fans are coming to life. They are starting to make some noise for their boys. And we get to the 1-minute mark left here in the 3rd period. Watch the throw again. And it's just going to skip in a little bit shy. But these, possible nominees for the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame. Well, I had a discussion before the game with one Derek Geiger, Show Low Cougar, great football player, especially as a defender. Had a talk with him before the game, and I want to tell you about the discussion I had with him a moment ago. We'll do that here in just a little bit. Here's a 1st and goal. It says 1st and goal. Oh, it's first. Pardon me on the 4th down play. I didn't give it nearly as much import as I should have. Right? My bad. It is going to be a 2nd down for the Yellow Jackets after the incomplete pass on 4th down. So, would you forgive me?
We'll forgive you. Just because you weren't here last week, you were visiting your son, David, back in Wisconsin, and you decided to, come back with some chest infection.
Yeah, let me tell you, between being on the plane and being in the Midwest and all that kind of stuff, they're going to give it to Rodriguez up the middle, aren't they?
Yes.
And you know what? I don't even have to see Daniel carry the football. I don't have to see him because all I got to do is look for Gabriel Garcia, number 56. When he is road grading out there in front of all that activity, you just know that the ball is going to his teammate Daniel Rodriguez. Now somebody is down, and
that's Rodriguez,
and that won't be good.
He's cramping.
Now he's got cramps.
He's cramping. Floyd, earlier you asked, I don't think over the radio. Over the broadcast, but you asked, what was the total of Ohtani's hat trick, his 3 home runs?
Shohei Ohtani has hit 3 home runs for the Dodgers tonight.
One was out of the stadium. All right, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready? Oh,
We got to take a break.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and we'll discuss it because the quarter has ended. They're going to flip sides. We'll get to that here in a moment, everybody. The fourth quarter on the way. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
It's deal or better deal. Only at Hatch Toyota in Show Low. Make your best deal on any new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Then play deal or better deal. We've got 15 briefcases loaded with bonus discounts from $300 to a whopping $3,000. Pick your case, open it up, boom, $800 in additional savings. Now here's the twist. Keep it or risk it and go for a better deal. You can keep going until you say deal or drop below your last pick. Financing starting at 0% for 72 months and payment starting at just $189 a month at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall.
What would you buy with a $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse? You could load up for hunting, fishing, and camping. Grab a Traeger or a Pit Boss smoker, high-end Vortex optics, or top-notch boots and outdoor gear. When you get your insured windshield replaced by Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, you get your choice of 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets, or a $100 window tint certificate. You're entered to win the $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in here to Show Low High School. Show Low Ford Stadium is where they play these games, and we got a big one going on here tonight in the renewal of the rivalry, the big game. Daniel Rodriguez is going to make his way off the field for the Yellow Jackets, but you see him gingerly on that leg. It looks like it's the left leg that is the one that is having the cramping issues. Hey, we saw somebody, one of the reservation teams, the way that they were dealing with the cramps, Byron, is they would walk off the field backwards.
Really?
Some sort of a twist on dealing with it. Meanwhile, it is the Yellow Jackets with the football. No Rodriguez. They're going to pitch it, and Xolo is up to the task. They're going to stop that one right in its tracks. In fact, loss of a yard on the play. It'll bring a 4th down and 4 to go for Blue Ridge. And I wouldn't think this is 4-down territory.
Not when it's 4th and 4. 4th and 1, if you had Rodriguez, yes. But
even at that spot right there.
But no.
On your own 15.
If it's 4th and 1 Rodriguez, you might.
So Brax Clough will try to kick it away, and he will try. This is a very smart guy you're talking about right here. He will try to keep it away from the return man. The snap is over his head, and that is going to be at the back of the end zone. He will kick it, and it's going to hit in the field of play. Will be down by the Yellow Jackets. Somehow he got that kick away, and I'm conflicted about this, Byron. It'll be down at the Yellow Jacket 27-yard line. Great field position for the Show Low Cougars, and I'm conflicted because I don't know if he should have taken the safety maybe on that.
So here's I agree, because I was thinking about it. I'm like, just go out of bounds, but then I'm sitting there saying, you know what? Your defense has held Xolo, and you just stopped them on 4-down situation inside, the red zone. You may be able to, the way your defense is going.
Xolo gets it, and the defense rises up for the Yellow Jackets. There is Jared Cox helping to make the initial hit. Waylon Peters gets involved, and Dax Lamson of Xolo loses 2 yards on that play. So immediately they respond with exactly what you said, Byron, that the defense, they trust him a lot, don't they?
They do. And right now, Xolo, aside from one drive, hasn't really shown too much offensively yet.
They're going to give this one to the wing. Coming around, it's Jed Walker, and he will not go down on the Tank Hamblin hit. But he also doesn't get anything else out of it. That'll be a no gain for Jet. There's that Jackets defense putting a stop on it and forcing the Cougars into a 3rd down and 12. And I would say, like we could predict, that Rodriguez might get it in most short yardage situations for the Yellow Jackets as long as he's available. I'm going to say the Cougars are throwing the football right here.
Absolutely. Let Cash do what he does best.
Back to throw, lots of time, throws down the left sideline. That pass is caught. Beautiful pass, great catch, touchdown Xolo.
Well, once again, are you going to be able to cover Jet Walker one-on-one. No. Jet Walker is going to beat most corners, most safeties. If you try to go one-on-one, you're losing that battle. And right there, Jet Walker just going by the Blue Ridge defender, and Cash Perkins delivering the bank to Walker.
It's a 29-yard touchdown pass and catch. With 9:53 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And the point after is up, and it's good to tie this game. What a game we got going on, everybody. For the Show Low Cougars, there is the Jet Walker catch on the Cash Perkins toss, and we'll be back in a moment. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your best of the White Mountains 2025 Best Propane Company, Owens Energy. In fact, it's their 5th consecutive win in a row. Owens has been proudly serving our community for more than 25 years, supporting local organizations, providing dependable service, and now an official partner of the Sports Zone's Friday Night Football Show. It's all about propane at Owens Energy, a local family-owned business with friendly, reliable service right here in Arizona's White Mountains. Owens Energy, your White Mountains propane provider.
We saw the bobble for the Yellow Jackets, and then a little excitement on that return right there that comes out to near the 30-yard line for Blue Ridge. They'll take over at that spot. I believe that was Carter McGowan on the return. It will be Yellow Jackets football. We're tied, everybody, 14-14 here in the fourth quarter with 9:46 remaining in regulation. Let's turn into an exciting second half of football. The Yellow Jackets will set up at their own 28-yard line. Carlo Harris not going to get the football. He went in motion, but they gave it to the fullback. Is
Rodriguez.
Is Daniel back in? He is. There he is. Carried the football, and he got 3 yards on the play. Which, by the way, is just fine in this offense.
Absolutely. It's 3 yards and a cloud of dust. It works because you know you're going to go for it on 4th and 1. How about the nice play there call by the Show Low Cougars, spreading out, having an extra blocker for Cash Perkins, and allowing one-on-one coverage against Jet Walker to tie this game up.
Approaching now 9 minutes remaining in regulation. They'll toss it, and Tank Hamlin will slice his way back against that defense, cut against the grain, looking to gain that 7 yards, and he might have got it. Okay, 6 yards to gain on the play, 1 yard shy.
Well, that's okay because you've got 2 plays to get 1 yard if the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets.
So why not this? Everybody in the house knows that Daniel Rodriguez is getting the carry right here. Why not fake it? Throw one over the top of that defense.
I'm all for it.
We'll see what the Yellow Jackets decide to do. Is it going to be Daniel? It is, of course. And is Daniel Rodriguez going to do his Daniel things?
Yes, he is.
So he is going to take that one. They needed 1 yard, and he will get this one out to the 48-yard line. Gain of 11 on the play for Rodriguez.
Here's what I'm not understanding, Floyd, is the Show Low Cougars. We all know what's coming, right? Number 2.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. But they're not stacking the box. They actually still have players. They have a deep safety, which is Jet Walker, and then they still have, like, your defensive backs playing at least 3-4 yards off the ball. Look, put 10 guys in the box.
I think I did talk to the defensive coordinator, Gavin Clark, before the game, asking him, are you going to go – I asked him, are you going to go 9 in the box? He said, we'll see.
Well, he's not. He hasn't done that. But I would. Look, Blue Ridge, you've got Jet Walker back there, so – you just tell Jet, hey, if you see one guy slip out into the pass coverage, you got him. Other than that, we're putting 9 in the box.
Gain of 2 for Tank Hamblin right there. Nice Josh Williams tackle. And the ball, the nose of the football is about 4 inches shy of midfield. Second down play. We approach 7 minutes now remaining in regulation. The Jackets will give it to Carlo Harris, and Carlo's got yardage, and he's got first down. He's going to get a spot to the 41-yard line, gain of 9 on the play, and it took a whole bunch of those Show Low Cougars to put a stop on Carlo Harris, who I don't think he never touched the ground, did he?
No.
He got whistled down.
He got the whistle down. But things are starting to heat up a little bit. You saw there at the end of that play, Carlos. A little chippy right there. Carlos wanted to keep running, and everybody kept trying to take him, and kind of see a little bit. They're all trying to strip the ball, and Carlo took a little exception.
Jed Walker has shown how adept he is at taking the football right out of your hands, and he was fighting for it right there, but Carlo would not turn loose. It is a first down at the 41-yard line of Show Low for the Jackets. And they're going to try the trap, and it is sniffed out and rejected immediately. No gain on the play for Daniel Rodriguez.
Well, nice job right there by the Cougar up front. Defensive line was able to get penetration and get it to a no gain situation, 2nd and 10. But let's see if Blue Ridge still sticks with that. I mean, it's been successful with Rodriguez.
Brax Clough taking time. He went all the way to the sideline to get the play call from the offensive coordinator, Brandon Newcomb. He'll line him up. Take his time with the snap count. They're going to toss it. And look at Tank Hamblin. He'll gain 6 yards the hard way. It was all walled off on his left. Why not just cut it back the other direction and get a big play out of it?
Well, right there, the Cougar defense was a little overzealous. They just overran the play, and Hamblin said, I'm just going to stick my left foot into the ground and cut back to my right and get us into a 3rd and medium situation, which we know we're going to have 2 plays to get the first down.
The Yellow Jackets have already put together an 8-minute scoring drive in this half. And now they've had the ball for almost 4 full minutes here almost 5 full minutes here on this drive alone, as they will get Carlo Harris straight ahead. He's looking for 4, but he got 3. So it's 4th down and a yard to go. And I'm looking, where's number 2? He's in the huddle.
Exactly. If there's ever a time to put 10 in the box, this is it.
This is the moment right here. Listen, I don't mind if you give it to Carlo Harris, and Tank Hamblin's been running the ball great, but everybody here knows Daniel Rodriguez is going to carry the football on this 4th down here. Yeah, at least that's what we think.
That's what we think. That's what I'm guessing, and I would put everybody in the box.
Look at Show Low's guys. They are piled right into the middle of that defense. 4th down and a yard, and Brax is going to let this one tick all the way down. Now here we go. 5 seconds on the play clock, and they'll call timeout. Spend one of their 3 timeouts that they have. Show Low's got 2 timeouts left, which is going to be important, especially if Blue Ridge can convert right here. And Byron, it is not saying too much to suggest that this is the play of the game.
I agree. Right here, you could say that this is the play of the game, because if Show Low's able to hold, they've got enough time to go down and get the go-ahead score or the game-winning score. If Blue Ridge gets the first down, they are adept at being able to take the clock down, and they will grind it down to where they may score with 0 time left.
So the Yellow Jackets got the ball on this possession at their own 28-yard line. They are now about to run their 9th play of the drive, and they have used 5 minutes and 46 seconds. 5 minutes and 46 seconds. The thing about it is they've got to get this first down. They have to score on this drive. They have to, Byron, because if they get it back in any way, shape, or form from Show Low, after not converting right here, they simply aren't going to have enough time on the clock to do anything with it. They need the time. They give it to Daniel. Straight up the middle, and guess what Rodriguez does? He's going to pick up 3 yards and a Yellow Jacket first down.
See, I like that play call, not just because it's Rodriguez, but because they were able to run up to the line and snap the ball quickly. There's no, hey, let's see if we could draw them off sides. Because anytime you take too much time in that position, it seems like you get a false start on you, and now all of a sudden you're in 4th and 5.
The Jackets at the Show Low 29-yard line. And we are at the 3-minute and 40-second mark of the fourth quarter. Carlo Harris. And Carlo's got some yards. And they're going to get him marked at about the 25-yard line.
Well, they're going to say he's down. Yeah, he must have run out of bounds.
Well, gained 1. Gained a single yard on the play. The Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets have attempted exactly 1 forward pass in the entire game. This takes us back to those days when the forward pass was, coaches everywhere shunned the forward pass at one point in American history because
I think it takes you back to your days of playing football way back in the 1800s. They didn't know what the forward pass was.
Well, remember there was a time when 3 things could happen on a forward pass and 2 of them were bad. That's the mentality of this Yellow Jacket squad. Here's a give on the trap. It's Carlo Harris, and he is going to kind of partially slip and then get knocked down by the defender on the far side of the field. Now it's Jet Walker, I think, who puts a stop to his run. 6 yards gained on the play to bring up 3rd down and 3 now.
Well, here we go again. This is 2-play territory right here. 2-down territory for Blue Ridge. 3rd and 3. Time winding down.
The Jackets hustle to the line. 12th play of the possession. And it's Carlo Harris. Harris slicing toward the 1st down mark. He's going to be right at 3 yards with the gain, and they say a 1st down. And the Jackets get 4 new downs with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, I think Brax Clough, I've seen him be the punter. I've seen him kick the extra points. Can he kick a field goal?
I think the answer to that is absolutely if you get him in his range. And I don't know what that range is, but he is going to give it up the middle to the fullback.
Because I think this may come down to the left foot of Brax Clough.
Daniel Rodriguez stays on the ground, and it looks like Daniel is once again, he's got cramps again.
Get that man pickle juice.
Well, that's the prescription, isn't it? 2-yard gain on that play for Rodriguez. It will be 2nd down and 8 for the Jackets. We'll grab a timeout while they tend to Daniel. And we're going to find out how that goes. Stand by. It's the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
According to eyewitnesses, the guy went in and didn't come out. That was 2 days ago. His wife is worried. His boss has called. The latest report says he didn't know what hit him. A Lazy Boy recliner called his name, and that was that. This may be a hostage situation. For the best selection of Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, and sectionals, head to the Furniture Gallery, where they have furniture so comfortable, it's almost a crime.
You don't have to drive hours for top-notch healthcare. We've got it right here at White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic in Springerville. Heart skipping a beat? Our cardiologists have you covered. Achy feet? Our podiatry team's a step ahead. From pulmonology to orthopedics and mental and behavioral health, we treat you, not just the chart. White Mountain Regional Medical Center, empowering a healthier community.
So Daniel Rodriguez able to get off the field under his own power. The only question is, can he make it back into the game to help his team out on this critical drive in the fourth quarter? 2nd down and 8. Line of scrimmage, the 16-yard line of Show Low. Toss it. And Tank Hamblin has to try to work his way back through the middle of that Show Low defense, and it's not gonna go for much. Corbin Wood was there and others. And then Show Low said, we want a timeout. And they're going to mark this down. I think that was a yard gain, but we'll see. But meanwhile, Show Low gets a timeout with 1:11 remaining, Byron. And then they're going to have to, depending on the outcome of the next play, in all likelihood, spend that timeout as well.
Very true. And I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't know what the distance is for Clough. I mean, if they get enough and maybe put it at 4th and 1, 4th and 2, I think maybe Blue Ridge will go for it. But if they are stymied here and it's 4th and 8, are you chancing it?
Yeah, that's the question right now, and we don't have any frame of reference as to what to expect, but I do think that you try to kick it. I think you try to kick it.
I think you fake the kick, you snap right to Clough, and he throws the second pass
of the game
for Blue Ridge.
Look at this, 3rd down and 8. That was a no gain on that last play, everybody. And now comes the 15th play of this possession. Hustling to the line, and somebody moved. Just got overly anxious. The guard on the left side for the Jackets moves. It'll be 3rd down and 13 for Blue Ridge, and that puts them in a very harrowing situation for this offense, which is not designed to get chunk yardage. But here comes Daniel Rodriguez back into the lineup.
Well, I guess the bad news is you went backwards 5 yards. The good news is Rodriguez is coming back in for this play.
Yeah, but is there anybody? Well, I think you've got to go to Carlo Harris right here.
I think you go with Rodriguez.
Well, let's see who gets lunch out of this thing, me or you. I'm calling Carlo's number. Now they're going to go the other way. Now they're going to give it to Carlo on the trap. He spins out of a tackle. He is battling. He is fighting. And Carlo's going to get it to the 15-yard line, and that's going to present a huge decision for the Yellow Jackets. Carlo is able to get 7 on the rush. It'll be 4th down at 6.
Well, smart play by Show Low by calling the timeout. You save a minute 2. You probably will have at least 50 seconds to go the length of the field if you're the Show Low Cougars to either win this game.
So I think if you're the Yellow Jackets, I think you've got to kick a field goal. I don't know if they're going to do that, but I think you have to try to kick the field goal because you don't want to go to overtime with Show Low. Not with this offense.
I agree, but I also, it's been iffy even on the extra points. I mean, Show Low's just been about that far away from blocking the extra point. I think if you push it back and you try, remember a couple weeks back, I don't know if you saw the highlights, but we had like 3 NFL games end on a blocked field goal return for a touchdown. I mean, like, and that's something that can happen here tonight.
And here comes the place-kicking team for the Yellow Jackets for the potential game winner. There's no guarantee it wins the game, but they're going to go for it here. A 32-yard field goal try. Brox Clough will make the kick. The Jackets snap, hold. The kick is on the way, and that's going to be short. I mean, Byron, that was the question. Did he have the distance? He got under it. It looked a little bit like your sand wedge. He got a little bit under it, kicked it a little bit fat. And I think if he squares it up, he's got plenty of distance, but this one just wouldn't get there.
Well, I think he had to get it up because, again, the pressure of the Show Low defense of the special teams was in on it. If he had it any lower, they would have got a little fingernail on it. But here we go. 58 seconds for the Show Low Cougars to avoid overtime and win this in regular time.
And you know who they could use right now? Dane Rusma, who is in street clothes. He's not there for them. Here's Cam Hernandez with the catch at the 30. Slips a tackle. And Brox Clough is going to drive him out of bounds, and that's a nice gain. A chunky pickup of 18 yards on the play to Cam Hernandez.
Yeah, nice job right there. 4 wideouts, all just going about 10, 15 yards deep. Blue Ridge playing way back, giving lots of room. And Perkins hitting Hernandez nicely, and then a missed tackle. Extra yardage.
It's a great throw, and the ball's at the 38-yard line. Only used 8 seconds, so we got 50 seconds on the clock. And now Perkins is in all kinds of trouble. He gets rid of it. He's got a man. Kept it alive just long enough to find Chris Yorksmith for a little gain, and Chris steps out of bounds. So the Cougars, who have 1 timeout, don't have to use it yet.
Very fortunate. Nice job by Cash to avoid the sack. But again, able to do the old friend Tarkenton, run around, and then finally find an open receiver.
Terrific job by Perkins. York Smith gets 5 yards on the catch. 2nd down and 5 for the Cougars. Looking to the right, Perkins sets and throws across the middle. Hernandez with the catch, immediately tackled, but that is going to be a gain on the play of 11. But first, there may have been a marker thrown.
No, I think they're just calling first down, or was there a marker?
Officials are conferring.
And we're going to have the 5-minute length conversation.
They were pointing right at you.
I know. I'm going to tell you what play needs to be run by Show Low if they want to end this game right now. Jet Walker on the inside, slant to the middle, hit him about 5 yards as he's in that slant, and he is gone. They are not covering him, and that is going to be your game-winning touchdown if you're able to see that.
If they can see it.
Yes.
Well, Walker is going to line up. He's going to line up in the left slot, and there's always a great chance that he is going to be the target. They are calling this a first down. Still don't know what's happening.
They said it was holding, defensive holding.
And declined?
Even though no one was, declined. Even though no one was in the area.
All right, first down from the pistol formation. Double slot formation for the Cougars. And Perkins steps up, gets rid of it under harassment. He's got a completed pass right side, and Dax Lampson is going to get driven out of bounds with another nice gain, and the Cougars are marching their way down the field in this 1-minute offense.
Yeah, Cash Perkins being money right now in the pocket for the Show Low Cougars. He is standing up against this rush and delivering.
19 yards the gain, the spot, the 27-yard line. And now the Cougars getting into field goal range.
Well, here's the nice job is you don't have to run. You've got a timeout. All right, you don't have to pass. You can sneak in a little run right now.
28 seconds left. Perkins rolls left, throws back right toward the middle, and it's off the hands of Cam Hernandez. There was some pretty good coverage right there defensively for the Yellow Jackets. That's Mason McGowan, who was step for step with Hernandez. It's a pretty good throw right there.
Well, pretty good throw. Hernandez has got to have it. You got 2 hands on it. It's a little behind you, but you've got 2 hands. You got to catch that.
That has got to be caught all day long. That's got to be 6 points for the Cougars. Well, they're going to take another shot at it here. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 23 seconds left. Show Low is at the Blue Ridge 27-yard line.
I do a draw.
14-14 tie. Rolling left. Perkins staying alive, and he's going to throw it away. He did get it past the line of scrimmage, so there was going to be no intentional grounding on this. There was no receiver out there in that area. And he smartly ends the play and leaves this team with 18 seconds here.
Again, you got 1 timeout. Call the run. Blue Ridge is trying to blitz. You get Lampson or Walker in the back. He goes straight up the middle. It is wide open. You're going to get the first down. You may even get the touchdown.
So now it's third down. Third down at 10. Perkins from a clean pocket cannot hit Hernandez down the right side. It's incomplete, and it brings up 4th down. And from the 27, here comes the kicking team, and they're going to try a field goal. This is going to be a 44-yard field goal try if indeed they do kick the football.
Who is the kicker? Because it's 32 and it's not on our chart, and it looks like it may be a young lady. Maybe from the soccer team?
Maybe so. Pink sleeves. 44-yard field goal try to see if we can avoid overtime. And a timeout taken by the Yellow Jackets. They're gonna spend their final timeout to see if they can put the kicker on ice. Let's get a close up there. Certainly there's some long hair.
It's nobody on the roster.
We don't have a name. Let's see if our guys down on the field can send us up a name of that jersey number 32.
Or maybe it's from the boys soccer team. Got a good head of lettuce right there.
How about this big moment, huh?
Here it is.
How do you like this? Where's the T? I don't see a T.
Well,
maybe this particular kicker doesn't like to use a T, which would be
old school. Or like the
very
pros.
very unusual. No T. Going to kick right off the ground. A 44-yard try. Forthcoming for the Cougars. We don't even know the name of the kicker. Here's the snap, and the kick is blocked. The Yellow Jackets have blocked the kick. It came out low, which is one of the reasons why high school kickers like to use the T. It's available to them. You can get a little more elevation on the ball. It is blocked, and the Yellow Jackets will have it at the 26-yard line with those 9 seconds you see on the clock right there. And unless they can break one off here, we're going to overtime. We might be headed to overtime, football fans.
Little free football.
Jackets take a knee, and that's exactly what they want to do. We're going to go to overtime and play this one out and see who can come up with a critical 3A Mountain Region victory. Grab a timeout. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
The 25s have got to go at Hatch Toyota in Show Low. Save thousands at every remaining 25 Toyota car, truck, and crossover. Now pay factory invoice. You pay the exact price we pay from the factory. No markups, hassles, or negotiating. Plus, we have financing starting as low as 0% for 72 months. This is the lowest price of the year on every remaining 2025 Toyota. Hurry, when they're gone, they're gone. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com.
I won't lose a deal over $1, and you have my word on it.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and there's no better place to get ready than at 77 Subaru in Show Low. The 2025 Outback is car and driver's editor's choice for being practical, efficient, and comfortable. Plus, it's an IIHS top safety pick. Get financing as low as 0.9% APR, or drive home today for only $275 a month.
This is Chaz Hatch. Please stop by 77 Subaru in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall or visit us online at 77subaru.com.
According to eyewitnesses, the guy went in and didn't come out. That was 2 days ago. His wife is worried. His boss has called. The latest report says he didn't know what hit him. A Lazy Boy recliner called his name, and that was that. This may be a hostage situation. For the best selection of Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, and sectionals, head to the Furniture Gallery, where they have furniture so comfortable, it's almost a crime.
In years past, when you needed expert medical care, you may have overlooked one credible local healthcare provider. White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic is your destination for specialized care, orthopedics, podiatry, behavioral health, and advanced interventional pain management. And it's all closer than you think. Located in Springerville, White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is giving you a chance to win premium tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. Win 2 tickets, a stay at the MGM Grand, and $1,000 cash. Every customer gets an entry. Insured customers get 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, and you could be headed to the National Finals Rodeo.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. Cash back to you. Woohoo!
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your best of the White Mountains 2025 Best Propane Company, Owens Energy. In fact, it's their 5th consecutive win in a row. Owens has been proudly serving our community for more than 25 years, supporting local organizations, providing dependable service, and now an official partner of the Sports Zone's Friday Night Football Show. It's all about propane at Owens Energy, a local family-owned business with friendly, reliable service right here in Arizona's White Mountains. Owens Energy, your White Mountains propane provider.
Save thousands now! Every 2025 Toyota on our lot has gotta go! Drive home America's best-selling SUV, the 2025 Toyota RAV4, for as low as $299 a month. Now pay factory invoice on all remaining 2025 models in stock. You pay the exact price we pay from the factory. No markups, hassles, or negotiating. Just our lowest prices of the year. But hurry, when they're gone, they're gone. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and hatchtoyota.com.
I won't lose a deal over $1, and you have my word on it.
Well, football fans, welcome to overtime. Tied 14-14, and the Show Low Cougars get the ball first. They'll throw to the end zone, and it's off the hands of Cam Hernandez. Incomplete for the Cougars. In coverage was Mason McGowan, and it'll bring up a second down. I had to run back. I had to go and take a break. Brian, did I miss anything?
No, you didn't.
What did I miss? Well,
the only thing you missed was the coin toss.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, the coin toss must have been won by the Cougars. No. It must have been won by the Yellow Jackets. You want the ball last.
Yeah, you always want the ball last. So you know what you have to do.
All right. Well, the Jackets will set up their defense. Cougars will go for it again here. 2nd and goal from the 10. Handed off. And Jet Walker's got some room around the left side. Walker's going to race into the end zone and give the Cougars the lead. Xolo in front on a Jet Walker 10-yard touchdown run here in overtime.
That's a good play call right there. You've got the Blue Ridge defense spread out, put Jet Walker in motion, and just give it to him. And basically, Blue Ridge doesn't have only but 1 or 2 guys to the outside. What a mismatch for Jet Walker into the end zone for the Show Low Cougars.
Xolo is going to try the point after here. And we've got a different kicker now out on the field. And this kicker is going to elect to use the tee. Cash Perkins to hold. And that kick is plenty good. Well, where was that kick in regulation? Watch Jet Walker do it again. Steps just inside the pylon for the score. Fireworks being let off here in Xolo, and 21-14, the Show Low Cougars have the lead. That is, by the way, Xolo's first lead of the game.
Let's see if what Blue Ridge can respond here. If not, this game goes to the Show Low Cougars.
Blue Ridge now on offense. Carlo Harris will get it. And Carlo is going to get stopped for a modest gain on the play. And it looks like he's going to get 4 yards.
Let's see if Blue Ridge can come up with anything different, or if they're going to stick to the recipe, which is stick to the middle.
Second down play, the Cougar fans on their feet. And this game will be short, a yard pickup to the 5-yard line. It's Tank Hamblin with the carry for the Yellow Jackets, and 2 tries to get 5 yards. Hamblin getting a little gimpy out there.
Well, we've seen something different by Blue Ridge here, which is they went to Carlo the first time and to Hamlin to the second time. Let's see if now we start seeing Rodriguez up the middle.
Here's Daniel, number 2. A close look. It's going to be Carlo Harris. Harris gets hit by Corbin Wood. And there is nothing happening in the middle right there. It's going to bring up 4th down. And a must-score situation for the Yellow Jackets, who lose 2 yards on that play.
Yeah, I'm not understanding the play call here in this overtime. I know you feel like maybe Xolo's lining up to try to get Rodriguez, but he's the one that's been able to get you the 2 touchdowns up the middle, and we have not seen Rodriguez once on 3 plays.
But we also saw him leave the game a couple of times with cramps as well.
True, but he has been in there since then, and he's run the ball a couple times, so it's interesting. It's 4th down. Is this going to be your second pass attempt?
Well, I just don't know what you do other than if you're going to run the football, it's got to be Carlo Harris, or what we haven't seen is any sort of misdirection bootleg from the quarterback, Brax Clough. We haven't seen anything like that. Do they have that in their bag of tricks? Because if they do, they got to pull something out right here. What do you do on 4th down and goal from the 7-yard line? If this is your offense, the double wing, what do you do? We're about to find out. And now Xolo says, give us a timeout. Interesting that Xolo would need a timeout right there, because Blue Ridge came out and gave you no different look.
No. Line up the same.
Here it is, overtime, everybody. Xolo in front, 21-14. The Yellow Jackets have this play to answer. They got to get into the end zone. And 7 yards never looked more daunting to the Yellow Jacket offense than it does right now. I don't know if these 2 teams have ever gone to an overtime against each other. I don't think they have.
Well, not since they incorporated overtime rules. I mean, I don't know. Maybe back in the day.
Here it is. 4th down. The ball at the 7-yard line. We're in overtime. The Yellow Jackets have to score on this play. And they're going to fake it. And throw to the end zone. There's contact in the end zone, but it's incomplete. Over the head of the intended receiver, Waylon Peters, and the Show Low Cougars have held, and they're going to win this overtime showdown with the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets.
Well, there's the second pass attempt. He had the receiver open in the end zone, but unfortunately, he wasn't far enough in, deep enough, and the ball went over his head, incomplete. Xolo wins. Xolo wins.
Celebration on here at Xolo High School. As the Cougars, they got their first lead of the football game with 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining. No, I take that back. There was 9:53 remaining when they got their first lead of the game. No, it's overtime.
It's overtime.
Sorry,
it's overtime.
First lead of the game was in overtime. That's what I meant to say. What a battle tonight. We got us a classic here, everybody. And in our post-game wrap-up, we're going to announce the Sports Zone's player of the game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And that guy right there might be at the top of the list, Cash Perkins. What a game he had. I think he had the best game we've ever seen him play at quarterback. He was efficient. He was on the money. He threw the ball extremely well tonight. And boy, I tell you, his game has come a long way.
It has. No, he had a tremendous game. Very efficient. Absolutely one of the big names up top in conversation for the Sports Zone Player of the Game, presented by White Mountain Medical Regional Center.
Or something.
That
was Luke Smith right there, number 50. He deserves some acknowledgement as well. Hey, you feel good? That's Cash Perkins' dad. Dusty Perkins came over to do a little celebrating. Now he's gonna lift his wife over his head there. It's a fun night here for the Show Low Cougars. And they get the big win. Eric Halmerson with a big smile on his face because he's got to be proud of his guys, Byron. Show Low gets a win. Blue Ridge has nothing to hang their heads about today.
No, they did everything they could to win, but despite the 2 turnovers, the -2 takeaways, the Show Low Cougars did what Round Valley did to them. Round Valley gave up the ball 5 times, still came away with a win. Show Low gave up the ball 2 times, came back with a win.
Yeah, what's going on with the metrics? They are not working out, are they?
No.
Show Low gets the win. The celebration going on right there. We're going to grab this quick timeout and our postgame wrap-up on the way. We'll let you know who the Sports Zone's player of the game is. That'll be brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Back to Show Low High School in just a moment. Stand by.
Save thousands now! Every 2025 Toyota on our lot has gotta go! Drive home America's best-selling SUV, the 2025 Toyota RAV4, for as low as $299 a month. Now pay factory invoice on all remaining 2025 models in stock. You pay the exact price we pay from the factory. No markups, hassles, or negotiating. Just our lowest prices of the year. But hurry, when they're gone, they're gone. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com.
I won't lose a deal over $1, and you have my word on it.
According to eyewitnesses, the guy went in and didn't come out. That was 2 days ago. His wife is worried. His boss has called. The latest report says he didn't know what hit him. A Lazy Boy recliner called his name, and that was that. This may be a hostage situation. For the best selection of Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, and sectionals, head to the Furniture Gallery, where they have furniture so comfortable, it's almost a crime.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality service, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
You don't have to drive hours for top-notch healthcare. We've got it right here at White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic in Springerville. Heart skipping a beat? Our cardiologists have you covered. Achy feet? Our podiatry team's a step ahead. From pulmonology to orthopedics and mental and behavioral health, we treat you, not just the chart. White Mountain Regional Medical Center, empowering a healthier community.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and 77 Subaru has you covered. The 2025 Subaru Forester is the most awarded small SUV in its class, including an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, giving you the confidence to take on any road, any season. Get financing as low as 2.9% APR, or drive one home today starting at only $275 a month.
This is Chaz Hatch. Please stop by 77 Subaru in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall or visit us online at 77subaru.com.
Hey, we're back in, everybody. We want to thank White Mountain Regional Medical Center. You saw their message a moment ago. They are going to present the Sports Zone's player of the game here at the end of this overtime victory for the Show Low Cougars in the 3A Mountain region. Terrific game, terrific outcome. Congratulations to the Show Low Cougars. Before we spend a lot of time talking about Show Low, which we will do in this post-game wrap-up, Byron Brown, I want to talk about Blue Ridge for a moment. And if we were going to give away the Sports Zone's player of the game to a player on the losing team, doesn't happen very often. It has happened in rare instances in the past. Daniel Rodriguez was Hercules tonight for the Yellow Jackets. What a game he played. Injured a couple times. It was cramps. He left the game with cramps, and that's tough. It's tough to play through that. What do you have to say about Daniel Rodriguez and his effort tonight?
He's a warrior. He was able to basically carry the Blue Ridge offense on his shoulders scored the 2 touchdowns. Now, I would also, with that, say with Rodriguez that the offensive line, Gabriel Garcia was his main guy up front. The road crew was able to give him the road graders. And, you know what that looked like? That looked like a bunch of Tundras leading the way for a Tacoma truck going uphill, doing some off-roading, okay? That's what that looked like. That offense looked like the Toyota Tundra leading the way for the Tacoma, going over, just doing some nasty off-road. And that was perfect tonight, and Rodriguez did a great job.
That's a good analogy. And while the game was winding down, when it looked like the Yellow Jackets might just pull it out, I was thinking about the player of the game. Unquestionably, Daniel Rodriguez was going to get it. 21 carries, 129 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Right? Did he score both touchdowns?
Yeah, both touchdowns.
Yeah, he got both touchdowns, right? I'm looking at my list here. Yeah, he did score them both.
Yeah.
Okay, now, I was also going to suggest the co-player of the game with him would be Gabriel Garcia, the center. What a game he played. All right, well, can't do that. Xolo gets the win. So let's focus on this Cougars team for a moment. Let's talk about some of the guys that showed up big for Xolo tonight. Taking a look at their stats, 228 yards of total offense. And by the way, the Yellow Jackets, 230 yards of total offense.
Okay, 230, and what did Xolo have?
228.
Okay.
2 yards separating them. Overtime game.
Wow.
You know what I'm talking about? Good stuff, huh? The Xolo Cougars, 228 yards of offense, 9 first downs for the team. Total time of possession, 14 minutes and 10 seconds. They ran 44 offensive plays, averaging 5.2 yards per offensive play. 72 yards rushing, 156 yards throwing the football for the Cougars. They were sacked twice, penalized 4 times for 35 yards, fumbled twice, lost both of those. Cash Perkins was 11 of 19 for 156 and a touchdown. Tape for Xolo, leading the way. Leading receiver was Jet Walker, 4 catches, 72 yards and a touchdown. Chris Yorksmith caught 4 passes for 61 and a touchdown. Cam Hernandez, 2 catches for 29. Dax Lamson, 1 catch for 19. Dane Ruzma, 1 catch for 8 yards. And Jet Walker led the rushing attack, 9 carries for 60 yards. Dax Lamson carried it 5 times for 7. Corbin Wood, 1 rush for 4 yards. And Cash Perkins, 10 carries for 1 yard. So those are your numbers, Byron. Who stands out to you in the chase for the Sports Zone's player of the game?
Well, who stands out or really two guys. I know you don't like it. I know you don't like the duel. You don't like to share. You're very selfish person that only wants it about one person. But I'm more like, hey, I like to share. I like to give responsibility.
You like participation trophies.
I like
get
participation trophies.
Yes, I get it.
And tonight, to me, it's Cash Perkins and Jet Walker, the dynamic duo for tonight. Those guys were able to carry the team forward. Cash, like we said earlier, one of the best games we've seen him have. He was very efficient. He stuck in the pocket. He was able to step into his throws. But yet, Jet Walker, again, nice job. I know Perkins delivered a perfect ball to him for the touchdown to tie the game at 14-14. That's Jet Walker being Jet Walker also in the end. Just knowing, hey, I got one-on-one coverage, and guess what? I'm not just going to beat my guy. I'm going to beat him by 3 yards and make the catch and score the touchdown. And then in overtime on the jet sweep, Jet Walker cutting it inside and then just beating the defender to the corner of the end zone. I say it's the dynamic duo, Perkins, Walker.
We're going to take a look at the Yellow Jacket numbers, their stats here in just a little bit. Yellow Jacket fans, give us time to get to that. We're waiting for our Sports Zone players of the game to approach the podium, the microphone, and we'll talk to them here in just a moment. And Byron, very astute of you, because that matches pretty much the rest of the vote. So we do have co-players of the game in this one tonight. Cash Perkins, the quarterback. Jet Walker, the running back / receiver / everything. for this Yellow Jackets team. Those two guys are going to share the honors. We'll also talk in a few moments with another guy that contributed in a big way for Xolo all night long, and that's Luke Smith. Luke Smith, one of the linemen, is going to join us as well here in just a few moments in our postgame wrap-up. Take you through the scoring in this one. These teams trading punches and trading a lot of those in the first half, all the way up to what was the first score of the game, and that came in the second quarter. The Yellow Jackets scoring first with just 55 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Daniel Rodriguez capped off a 5-minute scoring drive for the Yellow Jackets. That scoring drive covered 85 yards, was aided by one big penalty along the way. Rodriguez with a ton of rushing yardage on the entire drive as the Yellow Jackets figured out something that was working. That was the fullback right up the middle. Rodriguez ended up scoring a 3-yard touchdown with 55 seconds left in the second quarter. The kick followed to make it Blue Ridge 7, Xolo nothing. But the Cougars would answer before halftime a 5-play scoring drive that covered 60 yards and a couple of big plays along the way. A 34-yard pass to Jet Walker helped set them up for a 33-yard touchdown pass from Cash Perkins to Chris Yorksmith for the touchdown, and the kick made it 7-7. We went to overtime with a tie ball game. The Yellow Jackets got the ball first in the second half and reeled off a very long 73-yard scoring drive, 14 plays, took 8 minutes and 10 seconds, and Daniel Rodriguez had his second touchdown of the game at the end of that drive. 4-yard touchdown run this time for Daniel, and the kick made it 14-7. The Yellow Jackets at that point in front. Well, Xolo would score a few moments later. In the fourth quarter with 9:53 remaining in regulation, the Cougars wrapped up the scoring in regulation. A Cash Perkins to Jet Walker 29-yard touchdown pass. The kick followed. It was good, and Xolo had tied the game with just under 10 minutes remaining in regulation. The Yellow Jackets would then burn off 9 minutes of clock, 8 minutes and 55 seconds to be exact, on a drive that stalled with a missed field goal right at the end of the game. Could not get the field goal to go. That left just a few seconds for Xolo. They would come down. They would cover a bunch of the field in their 1-minute offense. Did a great job moving the ball down into field goal range, but they would miss their field goal. It would be blocked with 9 seconds remaining in regulation. We went to overtime, everybody, and in overtime, it was Xolo scoring. They got the ball first. Jet Walker, a 10-yard touchdown run in that overtime frame. He was able to put his team in front 21-14. The Yellow Jackets had their opportunity with it, but they were stopped by the Xolo defense. Could not get points on the board. And that's how our game ends. A victory for the Xolo Cougars in overtime tonight here at home for the Cougars. We got a chance to talk now to one of the guys in the trenches for the Xolo Cougars that got his name called a lot tonight in this one. And what a game it was for him and his mates out there as Xolo gets a 21-14 win tonight here. Joining us in our postgame wrap-up is the junior lineman for Xolo. His name is Luke Smith. Luke, congratulations to you and the Cougars on tonight's victory.
Hey, thank you, man.
Hey, Luke, this was a tough one, man. Hard-fought battle. Tell us about it. How fun was it to get this win tonight?
Oh, man, you don't understand. It was, God, I've been looking forward to this game all week. It was a lot, especially being down on the field, fighting with all my brothers the entire game. Oh, it was a hard-fought battle.
Luke, let's talk about you and your guys on the defensive line. You guys were doing a great job throughout most of that first half stopping the Yellow Jackets, but then they figured something out with their fullback on their final possession of the half, that long scoring drive that they put together, and they got some more great fullback performance in the second half. How tough was it to stop those guys with all these bodies jammed up, packed up in the middle, and all that traffic inside? Talk about what it was to play in a game that featured that kind of offense, that kind of defense.
Oh, it was It's hard, especially being down there in the trenches, man. It's just a bunch of bodies together. There's a lot going on in the backfield. You can't really get caught up with that. You got to keep your guys on your keys and, play it tight up there. But yeah, it was a lot of grit down there in the trenches, a lot of perseverance. You couldn't let yourself get down on those runs. You just had to know it was coming back at you. You had to be ready for that, man. It was a lot, but that was a team effort there. It wasn't just those guys on the front. We had to rely on some of those guys in the secondary, especially our middles, to come and fill up those open gaps. It was all 11 dudes on the defense to take down that run.
So Luke, when you got to overtime, what was your confidence level like?
Oh, I was there, man. It was an amazing game all the way through, and to go to overtime, my thought behind that is to win in overtime for these fans. It's all the more better. Give them an exciting game.
Talking with Luke Smith, he is one of the linemen for the Xolo team. How about the rest of your guys that play on that line for the Cougars? You want to give a little bit of love to those dudes?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I mean, O-line and D-line, we're solid across the board. I think we've got a great group of guys. I mean, Cooper Peck, obviously, he's been one of our big dudes going across on D-line. I mean, he's in the backfield numerous plays, making plays on the QB. He's great, fast off the ball. Donovan, you can't do most of it without him, man. Our center, he snaps that ball. He has to pick up blitzing backers, D linemen all over the board. He's amazing. We got Twin, and then Twin, our other right guard, our other guard. Oh, love him, man. He's one of my favorite. And Dax Lamson, and Cooper Peck, our tackles. They've got to be quick out there to pick up those outside blitzing linebackers. They're amazing. And all goes for them on D line as well.
Hey, Luke, is there a moment in this game that stands out for you personally, particularly just a big moment that you were a part of, or you observed with your team?
Yeah, when Blue Ridge scored their first touchdown of the game and it was 7-0, a lot of our team was through that first drive of the game. I didn't quite feel the energy compared to our other game, like Round Valley. I felt the energy was a little down, and when they scored that touchdown, that really showed me who some of the leaders on our team were. Some guys were shining through. They were picking each other up. It was something to be there for.
All right, Luke, great job tonight. Congratulations to you and the Cougars. Well done.
Hey, thank you, man.
All right, there's Luke Smith, everybody, one of those linemen for the victorious Show Low Cougars. And a big win, 21-14. They have defeated the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets in overtime, and we're going to mic up one of our Sports Zone players of the game. We got co-players in this one. So you take a look at some of those highlights from a hard-fought Cougar victory in this one tonight. Looks like we're ready to go. Talk to our players of the game. Final score in an overtime win for the Show Low Cougars over the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, 21-14. Welcome in, everybody. Floyd Simmons along with Byron Brown on the Sports Zone's Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Let's talk to one of our Sports Zone players of the game. It's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And here's a guy for the Show Low Cougars who had a great game on both offense and defense, but running the football, Jet Walker, 9 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Catching the football, Jet led the team with 72 receiving yards on 4 catches and a touchdown, and he joins us now. Jet Walker, congratulations on your team's big win. Yeah, let's hit that mute button off, please.
You got me?
We got you.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Yeah, that was a heck of a game. It was a fun one, and props to Blue Ridge, man. They put up a heck of a fight, and truly that was something special. And but yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Hey, Jets, could be the last time you ever play the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets in football. You might get them in the playoffs. You might not. Might be the last time ever. How many times do you reckon you have played Blue Ridge in football over your years?
Oh, gosh. I mean, I've played football ever since first grade, and, starting with Pee Wee, I think that's probably at least, 12 times, being in 12th grade now, and probably a few more. Maybe saw them in playoffs a little bit, and, it feels good to get the last one against them, but props to that team because they are some dogs, and they fight, and they put up a heck of a game against us, and that's all props to them because that was a crazy one. So
your team did not have a lead in the game until overtime. First time you led in this game. Yeah. Tell us about that the emotion of the moment when you get the ball first in overtime, you put some points on the board, you get the lead.
Yeah, that's a tough team to play against because they run that ball and they slowly work work that ball 3 plays at a time, get a first down, and run that clock, So it is hard if our offense didn't really get rolling tonight as much as we would have liked. And our defense, they played a heck of a game. They stayed in there, they fought hard, and was able to hold Blue Ridge as much as we could, But playing against that team, it's hard because how much clock runs out and how much they how much they run that ball against you. But I mean, I'm proud of the way that we responded to it, and unfortunately we got the ball first in overtime. We lost the coin toss, but we were able to capitalize, score our second play and hold them on D, which was huge for us. So yeah, it was hard to battle the emotions of being down the whole game, but I'm really proud of the way we responded tonight, and our team fought hard just like Blue Ridge did. So
Jet, this is Byron Brown, B Square. I got a question for you. I want to know which made your eyes get bigger, going one-on-one on the touchdown pass, knowing that you were one-on-one coverage, or watching that perfect pass by Perkins land straight in your arms as you were running 5 yards past the defender and not having to slow up and just go in the end zone?
I mean, probably that second play when Cash was able to put a beautiful ball right in my hands. I was fortunate enough to get open, and that's props to Cash Perkins, QB1. He put a great ball right there, and that was a super fortunate. Oh, I'm getting handed props here. That was a much needed touchdown, right, to end the half, I believe, and super proud of Cash Perkins. So. Oh gosh, what do we got?
Now you got to start doing the pom poms now, Jet. Here we go. Hey, one more. There you go. One more question for you, Jet. How big was this win after last week's tough loss to Round Valley?
Ooh, yeah, absolutely. It's a big win. The first loss against Round Valley, or that loss against Round Valley, that hurts because of the region play, obviously. And that was a really, really tough loss for us, really hard-fought loss for us. So it feels good to bounce back and get back on a little win streak, hopefully. And hopefully we continue to stack these wins. But, yeah, in terms of region play, it's a big win for us. But we hope to keep stacking them and finish out the last 2 weeks of the season. So,
well, Elton Walker, Rocket Man, Jet Walker, congratulations on the win. I think he lost his earpiece right there. He keeps on getting.
I did not plan this.
Hey,
this is the works of Hal Frost. This is not me.
You are fabulous. You are fabulous.
You lost your earpiece, but I just want to make sure. You know who Elton John is?
I do.
All
know.
Right, well, that's who you're looking like, and you are now the Rocket Man.
See how many items we can get in his hands before it's all done.
I know, it's hard for me to focus right now. I'm doing my best.
Listen, congratulations. You guys deserve this celebration, and we hope that you have a fun time this weekend, okay?
Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys for streaming it and talking to me. Appreciate it.
You got it. Jet Walker, everybody, the Sports Zone player of the game, co-player of the game, along with Cash Perkins. We'll talk to him in a moment. And a 21-14 overtime win for the Show Low Cougars on the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Well, Byron, that was a little interesting there.
Gotta like it. Yep. Hey, after a win, you got to have a little fun, right?
Sure, why
not? Right there, having a little fun, getting all the, set up, get the pom-poms, the sunglasses. I think those sunglasses came from you back in your day, right? Didn't you wear those at Holbrook?
I'm quite sure I had that exact pair of sunglasses at some point in my past. Jet Walker, the Rocket Man. Jets, rockets, it's a different propulsion system. One way or the other, the guy is super fast. The guy ascended the heights in this one today, and his 100 and how many did he have? 132 yards of total offense for Jet Walker today. Led them in receiving, led them in rushing, and he scored a couple of touchdowns on the way to this overtime win for the Show Low Cougars. It was a fun game to be a part of, wasn't it?
It was very exciting. Took a while. The defenses took over in the beginning, but we finally got a few offensive series and was able to come away with an exciting finish to the game tonight.
Let's continue our discussion with our Sports Zone players of the game. Joining us now is the quarterback for the Show Low Cougars. The Sports Zone player of the game is presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And there's the quarterback right there on your screen. Cash Perkins ends up with a terrific game tonight, leading this offense 11 of 19, for 156 yards and a touchdown pass. And I just thought the best game that I've seen Cash Perkins play for the Show Low Cougars. Cash, congratulations on your team's win.
Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Boy, you guys did not lead in this game until you got to overtime. Then you score to take that lead. Your defense holds on. Tell us about that moment when the victory was secured and what that felt like for you.
Oh man, that was crazy. The emotions were everywhere. I was just sitting on the sideline. It's tough, not being able to be out there and try to do something, but because they took 2 timeouts, I was trying to go out there and just hype them up and tell them, like, this is how you guys can win it right here. I'm just trying to be out there and be for my guys. And I was so proud of them. They all did so awesome.
Cash, congratulations again on the co-player of the game. Great job out there. Really in the pocket presence. You had that, moxie as a quarterback that you like to see. We watched 2 guys in their 40s last night, Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers. And even at that age, they had, you saw the moxie, especially by Aaron Rodgers but you had that here tonight. You did a great job. Look, on that first touchdown, you had a little pressure. Rodriguez came from your blind side. You're able to shed him, go to your right, and then stop and pop and throw it deep to York Smith, who was wide open. And then on the second touchdown, you just took the pass, had the block up front. You had the pass block up front. And I'm sure when you looked over and you saw mano-a-mano, man-to-man coverage on Jet Walker, you probably knew as soon as you got that ball, I'm throwing it to Jet. And you threw a perfect pass, right in line, right in stride. Great job tonight, Cash.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. That was crazy. It was up and down. Those kids showed a lot of heart, too. It was a pleasure to play with those guys. It was just a heck of a game, but I appreciate it.
Hey, Cash, one of the things that I saw you do tonight that I haven't seen a lot from you, and it was just a great added dimension to the way you play quarterback for this team, is keeping plays alive, staying in kind of a frame of mind where, you want to throw the ball downfield, but now all of a sudden the pocket collapsing and you're hitting your outlet. You're hitting a guy out here in the flats. You're hitting a guy, and you're making a play where it looks like absolutely no play exists. Talk about what's going through your mind in those moments and how you're processing, because you're doing some things at quarterback that we aren't seeing very many kids out there do. Keep a play alive. Get something where nothing looks like it exists.
Yes, sir. Beginning of the season, I got caught up trying to just be normal, just roll out there. If nothing's there, just throw it away or try to force it in there. But I realized, I have some talent, and I got to go use it. I got to extend plays because I need to help my team and bring the ability to do that. And each play, I just try to be smarter each week, try to attack the week with a different focus. And I'm just trying to keep everything better, just stay calm and just do the best I can for my guys, man.
Once you got to overtime, did you have all the belief in the world that you guys were going to pull this one out?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. No doubt at all. I was just confident in my guys, telling them right here, let's go win it, boys. Let's go win it. I was just proud of them, man. The defense held up. Jet ran his butt off like always. That kid's a dog. And my offensive line, man, they did great. Never quit. And I'm just so proud of my team, just showing this persistence and just the fight and grit. I'm just very proud of them.
Well, Cash, you got a great win tonight over the number 10 ranked team. Your team was ranked number 8 coming into this thing, and now you got Shadow Mountain, a team that I believe you should beat. You got Payson left. That's going to be a tough game. But you guys are in a pretty good position to get yourself a home first-round playoff game. What's the message that you have to your team and to the Show Low fans in these last couple of weeks of the season?
Yes, sir. I just want everyone to keep coming out, keep supporting. I know there's a lot of ups and downs, and we need to fix a lot of things on offense, but it means a lot when all these people come out here and support us, the fans, student section ran on the field. I just want everyone to stick with us because we got the fight, and if we have you guys behind us, it'll mean a lot, and we're going to give our all.
Cash, that's a world-class mullet, my man.
Thank you, sir.
We congratulate you on that.
Thank you, guys.
But mostly on the win. All right. Have a great night, okay?
Thank you, guys. You too. Appreciate it.
All right, Cash Perkins right there, one of the Sports Zone players of the game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Byron Brown, B Square. Cash Perkins. Gotta like this guy's maturity. Gotta like the even-keeled leadership that he's bringing to this team.
Well, you see the growth, the development from last year to this year, and as he even stated, basically, from the beginning of the season, to this game here against Blue Ridge. You see the growth and the maturity that he has, and that, you know, that he actually has a little bit more belief in himself. And it's amazing what confidence does to you, to the team, and to your play. And right there, Cash Perkins has done it. And you see that growth and that confidence in himself and the abilities that he has. And as you stated, he did a great job, something that we probably haven't seen really in a long, long time. And that is calmness in the pocket, where he was able to not panic, just look around and not really throw it downfield looking for the deep receiver. But he caught the guy that's over here about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. Hey, I'm going to dump it off as I'm getting hit and let him run up the field 10, 15, 20 yards instead of trying to make that heroic pass. Great job by Cash Perkins.
Take one more look at the final stats in this one. Xolo with 228 yards of offense, 9 first downs for the team. Cash Perkins, 11 of 19, 156 yards and a touchdown. On the receiving end, the leading receiver was Jet Walker, 4 catches for 72 yards. Chris Yorksmith played big in the receiving game, 4 catches for 61 and a touchdown today for the Show Low Cougars. They were led in rushing by Jet Walker's 9 rushes for 60 yards and a rushing touchdown. Well, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets actually outgained Xolo by 2 yards in the game. 230 yards of offense for the Yellow Jackets. Both offenses played much better in the second half than the first. Total of 14 first downs for the Yellow Jackets today. 33 minutes and 50 seconds time of possession. 33:50, more than, that's about 2.5 times the time of possession Blue Ridge had over Xolo in this game. Wow, amazing. 230 yards rushing for the Yellow Jackets because they attempted 2 passes and both were incomplete. So it's all rushing yardage for the Yellow Jackets in this one today. Penalized twice for 20 yards. They fumbled once but did not lose that. So no turnovers in the game today by the Yellow Jackets. Brax Clough, the quarterback, he was 0 for 2 in the game. It was all about running the football for the Yellow Jackets out of this double wing offense. Daniel Rodriguez, 21 carries for 129 yards. What a heroic effort by Daniel in this one today, averaging 6.1 yards per carry. He scored both Yellow Jacket touchdowns today. Carlo Harris actually carried the ball more times than Daniel. Carlo had 23 carries to Daniel's 21. Carlo had 69 yards rushing, though. He averaged half the yardage per carry that Daniel Rodriguez had today. Still, nonetheless, as always, great effort by Carlo Harris. Tank Hamblin, 12 carries for 37 yards as he starts now to emerge as a threat in the running game for the Yellow Jackets. And a guy, Byron, that I'll ask you about now in this regard. He's the guy that's had to pick up the slack for Brecken Sarche, who only carried it one time for 2 yards today and looked a little bit like he was protecting himself from injury. He's been dinged up. He's been banged up. So Brecken has not been able to be the factor on offense for the Yellow Jackets that he always has been this season. And that means that guys like Tank Hamblin have to step up, and Tank got 12 carries tonight.
He did, and unfortunately toward the end he did also went off hobbling a little bit on that last, I think that last play that he had to carry on in the overtime. But yeah, you can have guys that have to step up, but Rodriguez doing a great job here tonight with 129 yards rushing. And Floyd, I know you're a big Dodger guy. So the combined total of offense
for the two teams?
For the two teams was 458 yards.
458, yes.
458. Shohei Ohtani hit 3 home runs. You add those 3 home runs, he had 450 yards.
He swings the bat 3 times and he gains as much offense as these two teams combined out here tonight.
Yes, he did.
Well, the defenses were tough. The defenses played very well tonight, especially in the first half. I'd love to talk about that Shohei Ohtani performance, which, by the way, is kind of a one-off performance, isn't it? Yep. I mean, are we ever going to see anything like that again? A guy goes out there and he strikes out 10 and throws, 6 or 7 great innings on the mound? For the
innings of one hit ball.
One hit ball, shutout ball too, right?
Shutout.
Okay. And then he hits 3 home runs in the same game. Hey, he picked a great time, by the way, to break out of his slump.
Right.
Because he has been slumping hard.
Yes, he has.
And a great time because now whoever it is on the other side, Seattle, I don't even know who's playing over there. Seattle.
Well, it's Seattle and Toronto. And it's 3-2 Seattle.
Yeah, they're going to beat each other up for a little while, and then they're going to get summarily dispatched in the championship round by them Dodgers. But we digress because a big win tonight here, an overtime victory for the Show Low Cougars. Last thought, Byron, these two teams, a couple of weeks left before the playoffs roll around.
A couple of weeks left. They're both looking good. Blue Ridge was, putting it out there. They look good. They look like they can, they're going to be on the road for the first round, but they're going to give their first round opponent all they can handle. And Show Low Cougars, again, basically it's going to come down to that last game of the season against Payson. Will they beat Payson and win the region if Round Valley falters, or will they beat Payson and have a first round game, playoff game at home?
Well, good questions. I don't see a falter coming up for Round Valley, who got a big win tonight at Santan Foothills. Final score 56-19. And Round Valley's got Apache Junction and ALA Mesa North remaining. They're not going to put up much of a fight against Brad Baca's Round Valley Elks. So look for Round Valley to finish strong. The only question really is, do they maintain a number 2 ranking, because the remaining schedule is so weak for Round Valley. They're not going to get helped with their strength of schedule down the stretch. I still think they'll hold on to number 2, but maybe Valley Christian figures back in.
If not, they'll only go down to number 3.
Down to number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they should get a couple of home playoff games.
Yeah, they're going to finish in the top 4. My guess is, like you said, unfortunately for them, the last 2 games of the schedule may allow a team like Valley Christian, number 3, to catch up to them. But they're going to have home games all the way up until the semifinals. And what's nice is, again, at not being at the number 4 spot, you're not seeing the number 1 team in the semifinals. You hopefully are able to see them in the championship game.
Well, that would be helpful, certainly for that Round Valley team, who is going to be very tough to beat in the Dome in the playoffs. Okay, and we may have some coverage for you here at the Sports Zone when the postseason rolls around from the Dome. I'm trying to see if I can get some updated scores on some games being played out there, and they're hard to come by, these scores. I do have some finals for you. We'll see if we can get those your direction here before we wrap up the broadcast here in just a couple of moments. St. John's did beat Morenci, by the way, in a tough battle tonight at home. Congratulations, St. John's. They continue a great season. They are now 8-1 after tonight's 21-12 victory over Morenci. So congratulations goes out to the St. John's Redskins on a big victory. We do have a handful of finals for you. Valley Christian beat Odyssey Institute 51-0 tonight. It was Push Ridge over Safford 48-0. Page absolutely destroyed Winslow tonight at Page. 45-6 was the final score in that one. How about Florence beating Sabino? What's up with Sabino? What's going on with the Sabino SaberCats? How do they go from winning the championship 2 years ago to losing 44-24 to Florence on this night?
It's called student enrollment.
Student enrollment.
It's going less and less.
Sabino's not the preferred?
No.
Location anymore?
Nope. Okay.
Apache Junction, by the way, in the 3A Mountain Region, Apache Junction beat ALA Mesa North by a final of 20-7. 20-7 was the final score on that. We're all waiting on pins and needles for the Payson Thatcher final. We don't have that one for you yet, everybody. And let's see, do we have a Muggion final? The Muggion Mustangs tonight playing at home. Oh, no, sorry, on the road at Joseph City. We do have a final. Excuse me. Muggion beat Joseph City 76-30. Congratulations to the Muggion Mustangs. That's the final regular season game, and now the playoffs are on the way for the 1A football teams. And that's what that looks like. Are you interested in finding out how did Mesa do against Cesar Chavez? Mesa being the school that Jeremy Hathcock coaches at, and of course that's the school with all the controversy with the California transfers. And they're all playing. And tonight they put up 45 points on Cesar Chavez, 45-14 the final score. So you gotta love getting those transfers, don't you? We don't have a final score up there on the screen there in this one tonight. 21-14, Xolo with the win over the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets in this one tonight. So, Byron Brown, we'll just give you the table for the floor for the final thought here.
Well, final thought is, great game here tonight between two rival teams, two mountain region teams. Comes down to what you would expect with these two teams. Comes down to overtime. One prevails. One is able to get into the end zone. The other struggles to get in and ends up on the losing end. That's Xolo was able to get in with the Walker jet sweep. And after 4 plays in a second pass attempt, the Blue Ridge unable to. But both teams are looking good going into the playoffs, trying to get healthy. I think Blue Ridge is able to find another gentleman to step up and perform for him in Rodriguez. And for Xolo, they're able to kind of wash away that painful loss to Round Valley. They're able to kind of rinse it out and get this nice Kool-Aid victory over the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, over their rival, and now going forward and setting their sights on the Payson Longhorns and trying to finish at least second. They're tied for first, but coming second because the head-to-head goes to Round Valley, but coming second in the mountain region and prepare themselves for home field advantage.
Solid crowd tonight here at Xolo High School, both for the home team, the Cougars, the visitors, the Yellow Jackets in this one. And we saw that overtime finish for Xolo, ending up with a 21-14 victory. Thank you to all of our outstanding sponsoring partners that help us bring you our coverage of the 3A Mountain region and others, the Snowflake Lobos, and more here in Northeast Arizona. All part of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's brought to you by Hatch Toyota. We'll do it again next Friday, the Friday Night Football Show and more. Thank you to our broadcast team led by our producer, Derek Simmons, our technical director, Noah Anderson. Also on camera for us tonight, Big Sean Ulvestad. And for my broadcast partner, Byron Brown, I am Floyd Simmons. Thanking you for joining us, reminding you of the final, Xolo 21, Blue Ridge 14. We're going to see you again next week, everybody, for our next broadcast coverage of the Sports Zone Game of the Week, part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. Until then, God bless you, and good night, everybody, from Xolo High School.